Hello, welcome to the speakers tier list, or speakers ranks, which I like to call it. Today we are ranking all the 8-man raids from.
Is the idea that we smell?
Yes.
Our ranks are very smelly.
Yeah, we're rank. Can
you smell the stream, guys?
Yeah, do you smell the stream? Smell-o-vision. Turn it on if you don't have it. Turn it on if you don't have it.
Turn it on if you don't have it.
No, we're a scratch and sniff rank.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
God. How did they just like... I don't want to talk about
Luke
it.
Hill,
I don't want to talk about it. Not another sidetrack.
Sidetrack.
All right, well, we're going to start off with turn 1.
We're supposed to hear music
from
because
why'd you turn it off?
Need to introduce it before I start playing it. Need to introduce it first.
Okay.
All right.
So this is well prepared.
Quick question.
Yes.
Are we factoring gear in here?
You factor whatever you want to factor in. All right, everything can be a contributing factor in your reasoning, Rollo. If you want to, you don't have to think about every part of it, but you can.
We probably should have a few main factors we should consider at least. We should consider story and boss. And then the rest, I think, should be maybe music. No,
actually, no. Music's up to you.
That should be up to you.
Music is up.
Yeah.
It depends on if I mean, music can if it's really bad, it can significantly ruin it. But I don't think it's that impactful on anything that affect its rank.
Story in the fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd also say general feel.
Yes. Okay, so we'll start with the Binding Coil of Bahamut turn 1. So that's
ADS and Caduceus. Little snake where you have to go on the platforms and you have to drop your slimes on different levels. So it doesn't.
An interesting arena.
It is a good arena. I will give it that.
Okay, so this
Coil was experimental.
This is where it all started. Yeah.
And this felt like an adventure, but it is shit.
It's bad. This is a D.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm higher than that.
I
think this is at least
agree
a
with
C.
that.
Caduceus is probably better C for
So
me.
when did you play this, Rollo? When did you first do turn 1?
I did most of, I think all of Coil around 2.4 or 2.5 or whatever.
Okay.
Before Heaven's Roar, because I wanted to do everything. And I hated it then, and I still think it's bad now.
Really?
I really don't think it's bad. I think it has some very weak parts.
I like the story's cool, and some
of everyone likes the story.
Yeah, some of the keystone or the capstone fights or whatever are cool. Mechanically, I think they're all not good.
Oh, I don't agree with that, but we'll get to them when we get to them. We're only focusing on this one.
Especially compared to the rest.
There's trash in this dungeon, obviously. There's also
it's good though.
There's also the ADS fight.
Yeah, that's
like the ADS fight, which is also interesting.
The ADS fight is the DPS check.
Yes.
For this turn. I just think Caduceus isn't the worst of this tier, but it wasn't a very good intro as well.
Let's break it down. It was actually a very complex fight when it came out, because you had to... the tanks had to split up, because at some point the boss split in two, and you had to keep them separate, so you had to have one on each arena, and there were also these someone had to bait the poison. I think the healers had to bait the poison puddles so that they didn't... So that there was space.
Buff the snakes.
Yes. Right. And then they had to be killed at the same time. Otherwise...
Approximately, yeah.
Otherwise, the other one would go back into the first one and they would merge, if I remember. That would happen if you failed.
Yeah, they merge later on and they gain a buff.
Yes, they gain many stacks of damage buffs. Also, I feel like we're skipping past ADS as well. That one was notorious at the time. ADS, who had a stacking. Was it damage down or what was it? There was lot of debuffs.
He gave you paralysis. And stun, I think. It was high voltage.
Yeah, you're muted.
You're muted somehow.
Why am I sneaking into so much of Rollo's window?
You are.
Get out of my cave. Bitch.
No, he likes being in the cave. ADS also had a very tight window. It says it was a 4-minute enrage, which seems quite quick. But I can't remember what they did. I mean, I didn't play the DPS.
It's true. Not the final. It's not the final boss. It's not supposed to be like.
But the enrage was very rough if you were an unprepared, unskilled party. You
had to do it like almost perfectly to get past it. Yeah. Especially if you were like just at the minimum level.
I think I did. Georgi too. I think. Did you rate this?
Yeah, I did. I did the first coil.
Mm-hmm.
This is the era of insane balance.
Yes.
This is.
I will say there's something just unique about the first one because it's like they didn't know what they were doing, so it was like. Here's some random story. Here's some random mobs, you know.
Oh, it was good. It was an adventure. The storyline was enjoyable. I'm sure the fight was good at the time. But the first turn definitely had a lot of weak points, and this isn't the weakest point. But...
The trash is what pulls it down for me. I thought when that's on farm, especially when it was relevant, that was fucking painful. Like having to do that, like annoying. It wasn't difficult; it was just annoying having to do it because the enemies actually hit quite hard. The big ones, the ogre ones, they did serious damage.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to. It's not like you could just like not pay attention and just wait until you got to like the boss. You had to like actually fight them, which was annoying.
I can't go higher than a D.
I think that's a C.
I'm at a C too.
Yeah, I can agree to a C. Yeah.
What? Right. You want to put it a B?
No.
Like, there's so many fights ahead that we still have to do, and I think so many of them are better than the entirety of Coil.
I agree with you, Rollo.
Yeah. Okay, we've made it to the second coil. I guess we are doing the music for each fucking wing.
This was the maze with the ADS. Different ADS.
Yes.
No.
This one was really interesting. This one, they just...
It could be really interesting.
It could be, because initially when we got to this floor, the cheese mechanic hadn't been figured out yet. So we had to figure it out ourselves, how to get through. And it's essentially, it gives you like options on how to proceed. Like, it's just a big map, and then there's ADSs. There's 2 paths. And then there's, I believe you could choose multiple paths as you start.
You could go.
You have to take left or right, and then down there it's
yeah. I think the only cool, like the really cool thing about this, which they repeated in Alex, is the gauntlet type fight. You have to, once you've started, you've got to get to the last boss within the timer.
Yes, otherwise he'll enrage. And it also introduced the fucking notorious Allegan Rot, which was
Allegan Rot,
where you had to pass on.
This is where it's from.
The mechanic, to another. Really horrible at the time, very difficult. So I was very happy when the cheese method came out, where you essentially. I don't even remember.
Wait out for the... No, you wait for the enrage.
Yes.
Like, you just take any random path. Well, I think you normally go the left path. And then you just wait until the enrage. And then, like, if you had, like, multiple healers... I think you could probably do it with 2 eventually. But, like, we went. My group had 3 healers. And we just, like, healed through it. And then DPS'd it down. Because all it does is a very... What was assumedly supposed to be high enough damage that you couldn't kill it, but it was definitely low enough that like you could heal through it and still just knock it out.
Wasn't that the most boring part of Raid Night though? Because you just had to stand by the door and wait.
I mean, it's boring.
Yeah, waiting for it to get ready to engage was annoying. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I liked the way that if you killed the mobs, they gave the other mobs buffs to make so you couldn't kill them all. Especially, like, you had to think about what you were going to do. You could attempt to kill them all, but it was harder and harder.
Specific nodes or ADSs had specific... Exactly. Well, they were nodes, weren't they? The specific nodes had specific buffs that they would give.
Yeah,
so
which is a really cool mechanic.
Yeah, the idea was very good for it.
Well, I don't think it was
execution is so bad.
Yeah.
This is the D. I can't.
Yeah, this is a D for me.
I'm fine with putting this at a D. I'd even be okay with it being at an E.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't think it would be an E. I mean, the Allegan Rot is legendary. like it introduced a very iconic mechanic, I think. But yeah, I think
there is one I'm waiting for that deserves its own special low tier spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, we have made it to a special one.
This is the jumping, because this is an instant E, maybe an F minus. I don't know. Like, it's not a shite.
We've made it to turn 3.
It's not even a boss in this one.
I like this. I enjoy this, as stupid as it is. I enjoy. No, you can't say no. I don't enjoy this. You can say you don't enjoy this.
I don't.
You don't enjoy this. Actually, you do not enjoy.
I do not. I disavow what this man is saying.
This part of the raid night was fun. As stupid as it was, I enjoyed just running through, and just like it was more exciting than fucking turn 2.
But you got nothing.
It was a pointless.
No, you did get nothing. That part's disappointing.
Chad, I want people to know this is what Stockholm Syndrome looks like.
As much as I love Coil, I will never defend Turn 3. Turn 3 was the biggest mistake they ever made with these raids. The fact that you had to do it as well to get... because
I agree.
I think this shouldn't be a... I think it shouldn't be a raid.
Right.
But I still liked what it was.
It should have been turn 1, 2, 3, 4 with this one cut. They should have all been 4.
There was 5 for some reason. It's insane.
This one, they added this in as complete
I would put this in C.
It's an E,
by the way.
Oh, that's crazy. D.
What you think?
Averages out to a D.
I think they're still worse than turn 3.
Alright.
I'm very curious to see what that could possibly be.
I mean, if you guys
this raid floor with no bosses or loot.
I said C, Rollo.
Or story.
Okay.
This floor had nothing. You're mad.
I know, but I still think there's something worse.
Okay.
All right.
I think I know which one you're talking about, but we'll see. We'll see when we get to what I think.
I'll make it. I just have to again make it very. I disagree with this placement so much, Jack. This is a hard F for me.
Yeah, it's a.
As someone that likes gold saucer mini games, that's what this makes me think of, and it gives me similar feelings.
But it doesn't.
But it's a raid
involved. It just forces you to those points.
Put it in the gold saucer then. Put it in the fucking dome.
Yeah, I agree. But that doesn't mean I don't enjoy what it is.
We're not ranking gates, we're ranking raids.
Yeah.
We aren't ranking gates, but I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy it.
You enjoyed it, you enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's okay to be wrong, as we've said before. Alright.
It's fine. Clockwork Dreadnought. This was the
elevator, right?
Where you just keep fighting clockwork minions.
You fight waves. Yeah.
This is a set of trash.
I think the Clockwork Dreadnought technically counts as the boss, but
there's multiple of them though.
Well, I don't know then. It's over. It's not a good one for me.
There's like 3 or 4 dreadnoughts you have to take. I can't remember the exact number.
Well, D as well then.
Don't hold trash against a raid usually. I don't think for this one I would in particular. I think it's okay for what it is.
I thought this was mechanically interesting at the time.
Yeah.
I think it overstays its welcome in terms of length.
Yeah.
I might like this more because it came right after a turn with no content in it, so it's just happy to just do something. But
I mean, at least there's a fight. But it's the set to be for me. It's the same as turn 3, but with instead of jump pads, it's an elevator that moves forward.
But it did have some mechanics, if I remember.
Of course, it had mechanics. The dreadnoughts had to be placed correctly, I think.
Yeah,
there was some things between the boats and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't want it absorbing. I can't remember if it was the spinners or the bugs. Either one.
There were. You had to think more. You should.
Yeah,
I'll give it that.
It was more than just trash being thrown at you. They had some stuff.
For me, turn 3 is an E and this is a D, so I'm gonna have to say D.
There is no way we're about to put turn 4 on the same level as turn 3.
I
cannot.
I think we might need to make like a new tier.
Wait, what would you put it at? No, what would you put it as, Lakil? I put it as a C.
Well, see, I don't know if it's on par with turn 1.
Okay.
This is the difficulty with the nuance of a tier list.
Yeah.
They are quite difficult.
Absolutely D.
All right.
We are the. Okay, I can't believe.
This Coil sucks. I'm sorry.
No, Coil doesn't suck.
Coil does not suck.
But the first turn has a lot of rough stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, I'm glad it exists. I just don't think it's good. I don't want to replay it ever.
Okay, so Rollo is definitely very like anti. Okay, that's important to know.
I'm anti-coil, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because he's pro one that I'm anti, so we'll balance it out.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Anyway, Twin Tanya.
Yeah. Turn
I'm
5.
We can dance around if you want. We can discuss Twin Tanya. You know, we can talk about
we have to talk about
Liquid Hell. We can talk about dive bombs. We can talk about Twister. We can talk about, you know, this being.
What are you doing?
Such a difficult fight.
Yeah.
Why are you
I
like
just want to say that this
down?
is like a legendary fight. This is lore. Okay. This is just.
I'll give it that. It's
for
got
me.
A lot
this
going
is.
On.
This thing took like 2 months to down.
This could. Do you know what? S.
Ooh, what the fuck? I'm not gonna go that. I like this fight. I wouldn't go that high.
For the legendary nature of it, for the folklore that it has spawned.
That's true.
For all those people who never experienced it, which was me included, but for the fact that they made such a competent, difficult, crazy raid that genuinely took months for people to beat.
We never saw anything like it, really.
Nothing like this again.
So you used the word competent. I'd say it's interesting. I don't know if I would say it's competent.
No.
The reason that everything in this game is homogenized in terms of rate is because of Twin Tanya having that weird arena.
No, absolutely not.
It is. Everything after Twin Tanya had to be a flat arena.
I disagree with that. That is exactly why the arenas are homogenized in this game.
So, Twin Tanya could have been, you know, it's a legendary
Twin Tanya's original arena was actually the shape of the palm.
Yeah. It had the little
dips. No, well, it is. The fingers are still there, but they flattened it completely. Like the bumps are gone. Yeah.
They still look different, don't they?
They did.
The version in the game right now. No, for later fights, when they revisit it, it's been flattened. But no, you can still go into the little dip to hide for dive bombs.
The dip is there, but no. They definitely flattened the hand. You can look at before and after pictures. I covered it in the Fallen Rise.
That is such a it's so just iconic and it's just I don't know. I can't say more about it.
I only think it's iconic because people's skill level at the time in 14 was low. Like if you go back and look at raid videos of this, people just suck at this game.
No.
I'm being so honest.
Level sync this fight, Rollo, and then come back because it's not
going to be the same. We have level sync skills. All skills are different. It's not going to be the same experience at all.
It'll be easier now.
It'll be easier now.
Yeah, the skills are very different. You say that, but remember when we level synced Ifrit Extreme?
Well, that was just after a weird period where they started removing skills and shit. That's true.
Yeah.
But I disagree with that.
We don't have Stone Skin anymore.
No.
Nikhil.
Big Raiders tried out 14. You know, it wasn't just the Balmung Quicksand RPers playing this game. It was real gamers too.
This fight has some of the most iconic fights for a raid boss. Twisters? Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Like, Twisters were so difficult. Like even when they learned how they worked originally, like where you had to
the Neuralink placements, the dive bombs.
Neuralink, yeah, dive bombs.
I was like, Neuralinks weren't that complicated.
Not complicated, but cool. You know, it was all cool little things. Now, remember, these were some of the first times they were introduced as well.
Yeah,
there's a level of like.
I can appreciate it for it being the first. Again, in comparison, this just so much better, and it's again.
I agree with Rollo.
That's fair. I mean, I'm just putting my opinion out there.
I would also say I actually do agree with Rollo that I'm not going to say that people back then were dog shit at this game, but I will say that the skill level is shut up. Let me make my point. I think that people's skill level now is leaps and bounds ahead of what it was back then.
Like you should see old raid videos.
Disagree.
After this. It is very funny. They're not even doing ABCs. They're not even always casting. They are like missing their DPS windows so badly because people are just not competent. Because
is it because are they trying to figure out how the fight works? Maybe they're focusing on that. Because
no, even on clears, even like on like full clear of the time. The same thing. I would say even into Heaven's Word too.
There were some really big raiding groups on the scene back then, like Blue Garter, which was the one that ended up clearing it.
The thing is that like this was a new experience still. They hadn't like gotten all the mechanics down such that like they were 100% used to like figuring out how things worked.
Yeah.
That's not to say they were bad in the sense that like they were bad players. They just like
they're just low competency.
Well, ABC has always been in MMOs. That's not a Final Fantasy 14 staple. That implies that they were just dummies.
I do think there's only a margin of merit in the statement, and that's only because the people who have been playing this game since Coil obviously will be better now because they've been raiding for 10 years rather than 1.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's like community knowledge too has like grown a lot.
Sure, because the community's grown as well.
Yeah.
You know, everything you're saying is just because the game's bigger and has been out longer, but I do not agree that players were dog shit at the game during Coil.
I agree. I agree with you, Mailer, on that. I never used that term. That was Rollock.
Yeah, I think the players who played Coil were very competent raiders of the time.
Yeah.
And they still struggled with it. And, you know, you can hate Coil as much. I just think this is a legendary fight, so that's where I'm putting it. You can try and drag it down.
Yeah,
can't do higher than a C.
Rollo said a C. I'll say...
Yeah.
Say A. Mailer said S, by the way.
I am working so hard to not be rose tinted, but I will also not allow anyone to shit on Twintania. So I'll.
I don't think any of these mechanics were good. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say
from a Metin 2 player, Age of Wushu Online player.
Yeah, I was in the mines.
I guess I'll
coming here with the mechanics were bad after playing old school RuneScape fishing for 46 hours.
I'll give it an A.
Okay. I think that averages out to an A.
Oh. Will it? A.
Yeah, I said A.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
A.
Okay. I'm wrong, I said C, but I think it still averages out to an A.
Okay.
Now we're on to the second coil, which is the mid-10.
This is around when I dropped off. I don't have much of a take on turns 6 through 13, unfortunately, so I'll be relying on you guys.
Coil turn 1 is Refulgence.
Yeah, Refulgence. I think all these fights were kind of competent, but not on the Twintania level, right?
Yeah.
They were hard.
I mean, there is one fight in this coil that I think is
I mean,
Refulgence.
Refulgence.
But Refulgence is...
had a lot of mechanics.
It had the prey mechanic where you had to be eaten and then... no, you had to prevent to be getting eaten, so you had to stand in the thorns so that it wouldn't suck you up.
It had
Can I just say real quick, too?
Yes.
Go on.
Coil had the worst naming scheme out of all of them.
I agree with you. Yes, it's difficult.
Okay, the first floor is binding coil, and then you have turn 1 to 5, and the second one is the second coil, turn 1 to 4.
That's confusing.
And then the last one is final. This sucks. It's bad.
Well, there are three. There are three. Yeah.
It's not the best naming scheme.
It is not.
Refulgence had some cool mechanics with a stacking tank swap, which you don't see much anymore.
No. That's true.
I do quite like that mechanic because it keeps tanks on their toes.
It does feel a bit like you're just fighting a dungeon boss, though.
Oh yeah, it's it's like Tantara on drugs.
It does ultimately get dumbed down into the first boss of somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where they got that from, huh?
But the thorns mechanic and the trees, there was a lot of stuff like that happened that you had to coordinate a lot.
Yeah. And it was the boss. It had an actual boss. It's nice to have a boss in
but there was
so many floors of no bosses.
There was a trash pull at the beginning where you had to destroy the golems to unlock the rest of
the trash was hard in
yes.
Which was the one where you split into two parties and went along and had to both clear your trash to get to the final boss? That might be final coil.
That's final coil turn.
That's fine, yeah. For me, CB maybe? CBT? maybe, I don't know.
Yes, please.
Based on my experience of what I've like when I've gone back to do it, I would say C, but you don't necessarily need to weight my opinion as highly.
I think it is just it feels like a dungeon boss with
What do you rate it, Rollo?
I think this difficulty it's still bad for second coils in general. It's also just a boring boss. At high, if I'm being nice, a C, but I'd honestly put it in a D.
We should probably also mention that this is where they started to make the savage versions of the raid as well. So second coil would later get a savage version.
That was later.
Only for second coil.
Yeah.
I didn't do it for final coil.
Which was weird. Yeah, it's strange. And you got an achievement.
Did they add it after final coil? The savage versions? Or was it during this cycle?
No, during the cycle. Second coil got a savage version, and then I think it was like in a 0.5 patch after this patch came out. Anyways, 0.05. Sorry, this would have.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. What are we doing? Yes, C. I think it'll be a C. I think
C is fine.
I think it's.
I mean, we all rated it C, unless you have a significantly different opinion.
I think it's an S actually.
That's fine if you love it that much.
No. Fuck you. No.
I can't imagine you would prefer this to Twin-Tangia.
Second coil. So that's Melusine.
This is Melusine, yeah.
This one
the elevator.
is it starts with an elevator, and then you go on to the main boss, who's Melusine. What are they called? The
Cyclopses?
No. She has Cyclopses. Those are ads.
She summons Cyclopses, yes.
Lamia. Yeah, Lamia. She introduced the all of the petrify mechanics that we see in the latest.
Is she the first instance?
Well, the specific ones that I'm talking about, where there's.
Oh, okay.
You have to petrify one mob.
Yes.
Yes. Because it's going to cast something, and then So there's a whole thing. It's a lot of mechanics involved in this one. There's also a lot of AoEs where there's like the edge gets red, and then you have to like. So I remember this vividly. This was a lot. This was very difficult at the time.
From what I've experienced of it, I quite enjoy the this fight mechanically as a dance. I mean, I'd be okay with putting it at B, but I'd need to see what everyone else says.
Yeah, memory of this is good because it was the only thing that would pull it down for me is that elevator thing. Although the animation is really cool when you swoosh around, but it feels pointless.
And it's not great for people with motion sickness.
No.
It's coil. I can't do higher than C.
You have to stop.
Roller, you can't just.
No, because again, compared to everything else that will come, it is just not up to snuff at all.
It feels like you've decided that okay, that's fine. C, okay.
I mean, what do you guys think? If it's B or C, you can determine where it lands.
Yeah, I'd probably say a C for that one.
Oh, no, spoilers. It's difficult. Because the memory of it might cloud what it actually is like.
Might be tainting your opinion.
Yeah. I mean... Was there anything else other than... I mean, it was.
It had ads that you did. It had like the Cyclops ad and some.
Yeah, and it was important that they didn't die. There was a lot of.
It was mechanically interesting. It's just for me, it's around the same as Refulgence in terms of, mechanical.
Well, see, I didn't even consider that. Is this on the same level as Refulgence though?
That's up to you to decide.
I mean, we cleared Refulgence on the. Oh, maybe it was the second attempt, like second day. This one we were stuck on for a week or two.
Did you have fun being stuck on it?
It's never fun to be stuck,
It depends. It's fun if you're making progress every time.
Yeah, it's fun to make progress.
Less so once you have personally completed the fight in your head and
And some people are holding you back.
Yeah.
Only you could clone yourself.
Well, it'd be amazing. I'd love that. I'd be doing.
I think it's the Refulgence that makes me want to go B, because I feel like it's better than Refulgence. Refulgence was like, I even remember was saying it at the time, like, this feels like a dungeon boss that we're fighting.
We can always, and we can always readjust these later.
Yeah, exactly.
Felt like a real boss.
Pass.
All right, turn 3 of second coil. This is
the Avatar.
Now this one's a little bit more interesting.
Hate the trash section of this fight, of this turn.
This is when we go through we have to use the jump pads and and we see we haven't really touched on the story elements yet. This is a very story heavy dungeon, right? Raid.
That is this is when we first set didn't have a great story up until Twin Turn.
I mean, in the first turn we see Louis while standing above looking at us. Like there's a few big moments. Yeah. But this
one pushed it forward.
Turn 3 was when it really started like revealing itself. We see Nail in the doorway.
Yeah, the story is what saves Coil, makes it redeemable, honestly.
It's like you're in like a haunted echo kind of like all these little things.
This turn is kind of spooky, like when you're like trying to get through it the first time. But yes, I agree that the trash pulls are annoying. There are patrolling ADSs that go around, and if they detect you, they summon ads to attack you.
But the boss had. This was the first time this was used.
The
it did come back, obviously, it's an etherochemical research facility boss or whatever it was, but I quite like how
this has all the
many
missile
phases
mechanics.
And, he has like the towers.
Yeah.
Brain jack.
Yeah.
What they called didn't they call like the Vuln like languishing or something here too?
Oh yeah, it might.
Is that what it started?
Something. Yes, I think you're right. Yeah.
Like had the same icon as the Vuln, but it was just called languishing for some reason?
I think you're right. If not here, it was at least in Coil, I think.
Well, a lot to this, and it had multiple phases.
Yes.
It had the bio towers.
A lot to keep track of, and a lot.
And it had a hardened race. It's a nicely designed dance.
This one was also pretty hard.
Yeah.
Not a dance
I have almost no memories of the Avatar, so I can't speak to this one really at all. Other than that, I hate the trash of this.
I don't know. I'd probably say this is a very interestingly built fight. If you're putting, Melusine on B, I would probably put this on the same level.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not Refulgence level for sure. I mean, this one has a lot going on, and also the story reveal that's happening here, like the first glimpse of Nail in the doorway. Like you're sort of getting an idea of where you're heading to after this fight. So you really want to get this fight over with, so you can get to. But he's like, no, I'm gonna fuck you up first.
Yes.
You're gonna be here a while. I have heard that this. I've heard that the Avatar was the static breaker
for people.
Yeah, this was the static breaker for Coil.
Don't if you keep saying things like that, I'll push it up. So. B.
And it was because of the hardened rage, I think.
Hardened rage is a great thing to have.
Yeah,
we have it all the time now.
I mean, my instinct says C, but again, you don't have to take that into as much of an account.
Well, I have to go with B, so that lands it on a
C. Yeah. A high C, but it was a C.
It's a high C.
No, I just hate bad fights. Leave me alone.
Now.
Nail Deus Darnus.
Here we go.
Now, this is one of the two good fights to this day in Coil.
Like, it's a very good fight. Yeah.
I absolutely respect this. Again, mechanically, I think it's not up to snuff at all, but I think the significance of it is great, and the arena too is really
cool.
It still stand out. Like even just to look at the icon, I'm like, oh, like that's a cool place.
Yes.
I mean, it's a massive throwback to 1.0 visually.
It's Riven Road from 1.0. Yeah.
It is. At the end of the day, a circle.
It is a circle.
It's just a cool circle.
that's going to be an issue for you a lot of the time. Moving forward,
I'm just saying, if you're calling this, iconic legendary, it's already having to take some of the unfortunate lessons from Twintania.
Yeah, it does have the illusion of the staircases that used to be there in 1.0, but yeah, they're not there. It is just a circle, but it's cool. It's got Dalamud in the sky. It also has a face transition, like face change, which
yes,
it has 4 phases, which is cool.
The Edge of Death too. You get the little. Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, it had. You had to drop the meteors, they spawned the golems and shit like that. I can't remember it that well off the top of my head.
They brought back some of it in Ruby Weapon too, which is nice.
Yes.
This fight is still quite difficult to this day if you play it synced.
It's even still quite difficult to solo.
Oh, synced?
Yes.
Well, yeah. It's very difficult to solo and synced. So, I think it's definitely more doable than it used to be, but I don't know if it's even doable if you're not a tank still.
Possibly not. You have to be fast.
Yeah.
The music also legendary. I'm gonna be nice. I'd say A.
I would probably put it in A as well.
I would put it as A too.
Yeah.
I think this is a fantastic fight. Legendary, but not as folkloric.
No, because not as many people got this far.
I think it's more substantial than Twintania, if you ask me.
Okay.
In many respects, possibly true.
Moving on to...
I'm too good!
Final...
I'm too good. Time for I'm too good.
Back into the fucking swap.
I don't fucking remember this boss at all.
This is
the salamander or whatever.
No, it's the curl.
Oh, it's the curl.
Yeah, well, it's a lizard
first.
curl.
Lizard curl. Okay, right.
Is this the one where you have to jump on the side platforms to get to it?
Oh god.
No, that's
Is that the next one? Okay. I didn't really like this fight. In my humble opinion, it had wild charge and a few other cool things, but. Bleh.
It's just a big crawler. It's a boring one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one where you go through like the hallways where there's patrolling mobs. That's the trash.
Right.
Fair. When you've just killed Nail Deus Darnus.
Well, you haven't just killed her. You did that 6 months ago.
Yeah, but in terms of the storyline's progression, and then you're like, we found this new area.
That opening cutscene is pretty cool though, because you see the coil looks like nothing you've seen before with these like giant pods and which we would later see a lot of in almost all Allegan content in this game. But back then, that was like mind-boggling and epic looking.
But the actual view from the arena is bad.
Yes.
I would say it's not good.
This fight, I barely remember. It's so forgettable.
I don't remember
it has,
much. I know that there's
like conal
ads and stuff in it.
It has some ads
progressively, and I
like
the
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I like the reveal at the end where you see all the like captured dragons that are their prayer is what's sustaining Bahamut.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think for its story significance and whatever, good, but for the actual fight, the arena, it just felt like a little, it was like it's like a C for me.
It's a C. I could go down as far as a D.
Yeah, I could probably go to a D, to be honest with you. I don't say that very often.
Yeah.
Again,
do you have any good memories of it? Like, you don't have any strong memories of it at all, Lucio.
No. I remember it, but it's like, meh. Was just
it's okay, Lucio.
A thing to get through.
I remember it, so you don't have to.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, nostalgia credit.
Turn 2.
Talia.
This
is the
Is that the Hydra?
The Hydra, yeah. It's the several-headed lizard.
Yeah.
This is the one.
It has phases.
It
had 3 phases.
Trash.
Yeah, it had some things you will remember: nerve gas and the battlefield thing, and it had the emergency mode thing where the ads spawned.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember what you had to do to them.
Oh, you had to position the stupid fucking beam shits.
Yeah,
called.
I think you had to take the beams to something. I can't really remember it hugely. It was just low for me.
Does this have the egg ADS and the square ADS similar to the version of the fight with it in Eureka?
Yes, it has the gravity node, cube, weapons node, sphere, and electric node egg, but they're untargetable. But you have to do them to do some. I can't remember what you have to do with them. You have to tether them to something.
See, this is the one I don't have any memory of.
No,
it doesn't help that you can't solo it.
This had a ton of wide area cleaves, like left and rights.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that being kind of the only real, excuse me, the only real thing that stood out to me, aside from like the ads too, those ADS stuff. It's just a big Hydra. I don't know. It's again
I mean, the arena is quite cool. It's like the gold and blue color scheme, but yeah, I don't. This whatever. Final coil was kind of like a wet fart after second coil.
2 parts are.
Yeah, I mean, there's one fight in final coil that's cool, but
oh, you don't.
turn 3 as well. We'll get to that.
It's funny because I feel like coil has like the least memorable fights out of all the raids, but like a more memorable story in general.
I mean, you say that this is the least memorable fights. It's the only one you're never going to be forced into via the normal raid roulette.
I think the reason why these 2 turns are so like scrubbed from my memory is because of the last 2, which completely overshadow the initial 2.
Georg is right. If you were doing these on the same regularity as every other one, you wouldn't feel that way.
No, actually, I think I disagree because I think even the enemy designs are really poor compared to the rest, and just not unique at all. Like the most unique things are sometimes the stages and mechanics.
The feeling behind that might be just because like these have had so long a period of time for the boss models to be used as just like generic enemies at this point that like they feel like they're much less cool than they were back.
They were
impactful
unique
as they were when they originally appeared.
Yeah, they were cool when they were out.
Tell me how you feel when in like 3 expansions time we have like recolored Omegas walking around as mobs.
Yeah. We do. They're frogs, remember? They're
Gigatos. They are just frogs.
Oh, there you go. No, I don't like that. God.
I'm fine with this being at either C or D. I have no strong opinion on this at all.
D. As the Germans say, defugger.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. Turn 3.
Phoenix.
The same model as the mount we got now.
Yeah.
Thinking about Phoenixes can only give me bad memories because of Phoenix, but I'm going to have to put that aside for this.
This had lots of puddles, right? With the fire puddles?
Yeah. It had fire puddles.
Quite a few.
Quite a few little ads. Space out correctly. I mean, the coolest part was... actually, no. Did we...
Wait, where'd it go? Why'd you take off the...
Does that play now?
No, we're playing, yes.
Oh, we're turn 3.
Yeah. What did it have? It had the brands, the Purgatory thing, Purgatory brand and chain. So you had to swap your debuffs.
Well, I feel like we've skipped straight to the fight. We have to say this is a heavy story fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
This is
Phoenix.
The conclusion. This is Phoenix. The conclusion to the Louis Soir storyline.
This is where you get the fucking pre-rendered cutscene, rather.
Yeah, the reward is the pre.
Oh, is that for this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I mean, it can't be after this one because Louis Soir's gone.
Yeah,
it has to be here.
This is where they wrap up that story, and what a reward! Like just they locked a full CGI cutscene behind this raid.
Rightly so.
Yeah, because
Crazy
it was for the people that had done the storyline for 1.0.
Through this.
And now fought their way through this.
Which is such an unfortunate, because like there would have been unfortunately a lot of 1.0 players that like dropped off just because like they couldn't get a static to get going through this, and they wouldn't have even had the chance to experience it. Which is why it's so good that they make normal modes now.
The difficulty for this one is, I would say they didn't even really get it down until maybe the second wing of Alexander.
Difficulty of this, I don't know. It was quite
Midas was when things got to a good point.
Yeah.
I would say that I don't.
Some of these were too hard and too easy.
I don't think this is a very enjoyable fight. I think it's very like impactful and cool, but I don't think mechanically I like it very much. I think the thing that's really bringing it up is the spectacle and the story for it.
Yeah. I think for its story significance, I'd be happy to push it into B territory. But the fight itself is probably a C.
I'm
being between nice. A and B for me.
I'd go with B for like the music and the model. The Phoenix model itself is cool. Like it's a very cool
unique.
Model. And it's still not used that often for stuff.
No, because it's very important and special.
Yeah, too important to use elsewhere.
Like even the Phoenix Summoner's Guide is like not the same.
No, not the same. No.
So I'd be okay with B.
Okay.
All right. Well, I agree with
that. You don't think the cutscene will bring it up to an A, Likio?
No.
The fact that it's locked behind it makes kind of makes it suck.
Okay.
Now we're on to something truly special. Now we're on to something
I will say,
amazing.
This one I actually am less on than the Phoenix fight. So,
really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think my issue with this, like, is that like it suffers from the same thing that a lot of final raid boss arenas suffer from, and it was very visually not interesting.
Visually not interesting.
As in the arena.
It has a very spectacular face transition.
I liked the arena.
It does. I agree with that.
I think the arena's very dramatic.
Well, the spectacle is Bahamut here. Like he's
seeing
him in all his glory.
To see him after all this time. But like you say, the most amazing part is the forced death mechanic. And then getting reborn.
Right.
Like the whole little. I mean that was cool. Isn't
is
this when you die?
Are you thinking of the ultimate?
You think
is that only in the ultimate?
Yeah,
I think that's only in the ultimate.
Oh, is that only in the ultimate? Oh my god!
They would not do something like that.
I thought that was here. Oh god, I genuinely thought it was in the normal as well.
Oh.
Okay, well that's never mind.
Well, so you're you think this fight is more spectacular than it is because you might be mixing an ultimate now.
If we were doing ultimates, the Bahamut one would be S+ tier. It's the best ultimate they've ever done. Maybe Dragon Song sequel, but Bahamut Prime is still up there.
I forgot. Twin20 makes a comeback here too.
Yeah,
the dive bombs.
It's like a little extra fuck you. Like
it's a really hard fight.
Yeah. Why is Bahamut like the only? Like, why is the recreation of Bahamut so massive? Like, significantly bigger than even Midgard Swarmer.
Because they prayed so hard.
They prayed hard,
yeah. I mean,
that's Akmon.
They remember him being that
that is true. This introduces Akmon, which is such a significantly recurring mechanic at this point in the game.
It's had so many mechanics to it. A very hard fight. A very, very hard fight. And rightly so. And with this music playing...
Oh yeah, the music is definitely up there as some of the best in terms of setting a mood for a raid fight.
Right? So good. This is within those top two.
I'm feeling B for it though. I'm still thinking it's the same level as Phoenix. I think Nail was better.
Nail was better, in my humble opinion.
Oh no, I'll probably put this at an A. Which puts it on equal with all three. Or the other two. Capstones.
Yeah, I'd be fine with putting this at A, but if you two want to put it at
And
B,
also, I mean, the music is just answers.
What the fuck kind of statement is that?
It is just answers.
We could say that now, but I think at the time, answers held a little bit more significance, at least.
I mean,
but I still think it's a B.
Its significance was really brought up in Endwalker as well.
Yeah, but like, imagine you just defeated Phoenix, and you'd had the cutscene and everything. You were like super hyped, and then this starts playing when you enter the last 10.
Surely you'd have got goosebumps. Playing into the fight. Anytime that the game transitions the music directly into the fight is great.
It's an A for me either way. Right.
Well, Keel, do me a favor. Bring everything down a tier because all the gear sucked.
What the fuck? No, I disagree with you on that too.
I'm joking, but I do think all of them
really?
A lot of overboard. Yeah,
well,
war gear sucked.
Final
High Allegan is cool.
Final coil gear, I agree. Ugly purple.
The Dreadworm gear is not
gear.
Super cool.
But second coil, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
second
exactly.
Coil had some of the most iconic Allegan gear.
Or is that
no, that was
the High Allegan set.
High Allegan.
High
Allegan gear. Come on, that's good.
Maybe the healer gear set is the only one I kind of respect.
Yeah.
Oh really? Because I was gonna say I quite like the High Allegan healer gear set.
Yeah, the High Allegan healer is good.
Oh, it took us till Heavensward to get good gear. I'm sorry.
Oh my lord.
You are okay.
Oh my god.
Interesting. High Allegan, I find
he's
really
like the anti-Mailer.
Yeah. Which is weird because he's usually very anti-Heavensward, but now he's a complex person.
I said I like Heavensward. I don't say I hate it.
You hate Heavensward. You're a Stormblood sucker. Stop changing your opinion.
You have always said that Heavensward was the weakest expansion.
Yeah, but I can still like it, and I can still like mechanics and stuff that was in it.
You hate Ishgard, though.
Well, yeah, because I don't like racist Catholic elves.
and flying buttresses.
I'm really tired of like Gothic cathedrals. I think they're super boring.
Whoa.
Okay. Anyways, where are we putting
city-state that's built on brutalist architecture?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Give him a communist, brutalist nation state, and Rollo.
I mean, me and Mailer put it at A. Me and Mailer put it at A. Rollo put it at B.
Yeah.
You can decide whether you want to put it at A or B.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right.
That's Coil.
That's Coil.
As you can see, most of it's bad. Officially, speaker's statement right here.
I don't think
majority
that's what you would take away from this.
Yeah, I still think putting
D is not bad.
Putting turn 3 on D is such a these poor other turns to be compared with literally a turn with nothing in it and no reward, no story.
I think there's worse. I think
there's worse too.
Like, there's something worse than just being like nothing. It's being boring and uninteresting.
They're the same thing.
Yeah,
I think it applies to turn 3. What you just said, but all right.
I think what you would, if you're talking about, for example, we will go through them soon, but the Alex ones, which are also just trash pulls, they are equal to turn 3.
No, I think Alex in general is at least like everything that's bad in Alex is like at least a tier above what their equivalent would be.
Then what the hell fight is that? That's worse than turn 3.
Yeah, now I'm curious because I thought it was an Alex fight that you wouldn't like.
You're just, I don't understand you.
You'll see. I like Alexander. I don't know what you guys don't.
I like Alex.
I like Alex too. There's one fight that I hate.
All right.
This music's dope too. Goblin Rap Rock is dope.
Goblin Rap Rock is the best.
Let's start with Alexander.
Yeah.
Fist of
the
Father.
So introduces the notorious DPS check, Faust.
I have
and the
fond
Oppressor.
memories of Faust.
And then the Oppressor, which where spawns the second version of the Oppressor. Once he gets low, you have to kill them at the same time, or they'll explode.
You used to have to split them. Now no one bothers.
Yeah.
No,
let's pretend. Let's pretend we're there when it was good, and people are spitting them.
I assume that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah. This is where I really cut my teeth on rating. Like, this was like, yeah, I'm in it now. Like, yeah, give me the. I'm gonna turn mini right here. I'm so good. It wasn't a good time, but I felt like it was.
I think this was acceptable introduction. I think the mechanics of the fight aren't that interesting.
Did we
but
raid
I like the way
together
it
at this point, Mela?
No, we started together in Creator.
Who did I do?
No.
Was it Orange?
Yeah, Creator. I did some in Midas, but I think that was before we...
I might have done this just with Orange, maybe Lonigan as well then?
Yeah.
I did it with someone, yeah.
Savage included.
We're primarily raiding the normal, but we're considering the Savages.
Yeah, depends on our knowledge of them.
I will try and withhold the rose-tinted glasses I have for this first part of because I really like Faust. I don't know why. Just something about it. He's a really simple DPS check where it's like, you guys suck, come back later. And I'm like, okay, we will. Yeah. And that felt like it felt nice because it was just one mob usually. If you were, you had the.
Well, they introduced Faust before they introduced Stone Sky Sea, and he kind of was a Stone Sky Sea totem, but he did damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I remember distinctly, we went in and we just weren't prepared. We sucked. And then we came back a month later and we were a bit more geared and then like stomped the shit in. I was like, oh, okay. We did it. We got past the filter.
I love the way he evolved through each 3 tier as well. So Faust gives me good memories. Oppressor, very much a mid to low tier Alex fight for me though. So it's kind of like, I'd probably put this at around a...
I'd be able to see it the highest, but I'd honestly be... I'd be okay with putting this at D as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm cool with D. I think... Or sorry, C. C is appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. It's alright. It's an alright fight. Alright. Cuff of the Father.
E!
Yeah.
Yes, E.
Well,
right now.
No, hang on.
This is one
honestly,
of the worst
I'd be okay with
fights.
F.
This is the one where you have to get in the tank and you shoot the bombs away.
Oh, but that's not even fun.
No.
This, if we are putting this on an E, it's only on the caveat that turn 3 coil gets pulled down to an E.
Yeah.
There is no way that turn 3 coil is.
There is no way that
higher than this.
That turn 3 is better than Cuff of the Father.
This is exactly the same fight, but without jumpy pads. But this one has a vehicle, which is cool.
I would be okay with making a tier and making F and putting this in E, along with the other one you guys don't like.
I could accept that too.
Not agreed to this.
So what are you saying? What are we doing exactly right now? Are we making?
If you want to put this in E, I think we should make it F.
Well, I will not.
You can put the other one in E too.
But it can't go lower than turn 3.
Turn 3 is not gonna be above
3 more than this.
We've reached an impasse.
Yeah, we've reached an impasse. I
can have this on the same level as 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing goes below turn 3 for me.
Like if you want, like I said, put them both on E, make F, because I still think there's worse.
Yeah. Is that acceptable?
That is acceptable.
I mean, I don't really agree, but
there's a special place in hell
You've
for
been
some fights in the
outvoted, Georgi. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have been outvoted. That's why I said I don't really agree, but okay. Oh, you skipped a color.
There we go.
Okay. We can move on to an actually good fight.
Yep.
And I say that with
now that F exists, I want the Cuff of the Father at F.
Only if turn 3 goes down.
No, it's not that bad.
They're equal.
We cannot be this inconsistent in our voting. Because if you look at it subjectively, turn 3 has nothing. Nothing that we can base our criteria on. Like, there's nothing. Not a boss. There's no reward.
That's the thing about it. It's so different from everything else that it doesn't exist on the same scale as other things.
It's just a trash pull.
But we have to. We have to force it on the scale that everyone else is judged on. Can't make a new scale for turn 3. Do you not agree?
No.
See, look,
no.
I'll say for turn 3, not even trying, right? But I think the worst ones are trying and it being really, really bad.
I agree with that. Trying.
They were.
They didn't want to make a shit race.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're never
sure,
going to see eye to eye on this. They're going to stay like this.
The fairest thing is that they're next to each other.
Yes, and they're below the other turns. So
okay,
that's
I'm fine with how it is now.
I don't think that F is going to get used, but we'll have it there. Because I have a feeling Mail and I are going to try to block anything that goes into that category.
Just you wait.
Well, it depends. Some I might be willing to put in F, but Rollo won't, so...
Yeah. I have a thesis to write.
All right, it's time for Arm of the Father.
Okay. Living Liquid.
Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man. Again, a legendary fight.
He's
the static breaker,
much.
The main static breaker of all time.
Yeah.
Like, Avatar probably was a static breaker, but who was raiding then? There was a small, it was a small scene.
Yeah.
This was when raiding was bigger now.
Well, there was Avatar.
You saw normal mode, so people are trying it, and they're like, you know what, I like this. Let's try a Savage. And then Pepsi Man comes along.
Yes.
And Pepsi Man's fucking hard. Pepsi Man's a really, really hard fight that requires you to play almost perfectly at minimum eye level. Maybe even fail at minimum. It might not even be possible at minimum eye level at the time. You had to play so well. Yeah. And even though I don't actually like the fight, it's going higher for me because of how important it was.
Remember, people were doing this below minimum eye level at first. I think it is doable.
But that is, that's probably true. But this was the ultimate of Gordius. This was just wild.
Oh, yeah, this was the best part of Gordius, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the best fight in Gordius. Or at least the most interesting fight in Gordius.
So much had to be done Savage mode, I'm specifically talking about. So much has to be done perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm talking normal. I think normal it's mechanically quite enjoyable.
Normal's
when
fun.
You're when it's not being face rolled as it is now.
Even
it has 3 different phases, which is quite unusual for a normal fight.
Yeah.
Ooh,
at
the slap with the 2 hands feels so good.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It feels very bad.
I'd be okay with this being a B.
I would put it at C, but I'm also okay with it being at B if that's where it averages out to.
For me, it's B or even A in terms of its importance, so I'm happy with B.
I don't think it's as high as an A.
No, there's much better out there.
That's true. Actually, I'm okay with a B.
Okay.
Manipulator.
Burden of the Father, final boss.
I don't like this fight.
Of Gordius.
Particularly either. This is the one where you shoot the legs and then it spawns the doll. You kill the doll, you kill the other leg.
Right.
It's certainly interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has
for the longest time. For the longest time, I never got to experience being quarantined because I only ever did this as a healer.
That's true. Yeah.
I'll say it's very funny getting into suck because it's so abrupt. You know what I mean?
There's no designation that you're gonna get sucked off.
You're just 1 second you're here and the next you're not.
Yeah.
I will say
it's
it's a little disappointing for a final encounter.
Yeah, shit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it is.
I'm not happy with this as a final for Gordius.
The Gordius story at the time too wasn't very compelling.
No.
For
the payoff for Alexander was the last tier. Mid tier quite good, but last tier was the payoff. So it was a bit weak and I don't know, D.
Also, I think Gordius gear is some of the worst gears.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I like Judgment Nisi. That's the only thing I can say I really like about this fight because I like that can still fucking wipe a normal raid roulette because people just don't know what it does.
Yeah.
If the healers are unprepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely
D. It's a D for me.
Okay.
I'd be fine with it being at D, but I think I would say C.
It's fair.
All right. Sorry, what are we saying? Sorry.
Depends on how you.
What are you scoring?
What do you feel about it?
I said. Yeah, you say.
I said C. The others 2 said D. What do you say?
Oh, I think it's a D. It was too disappointing.
Okay. That's fair.
Okay. Next, Alexander, Fist of the Sun.
This is a silly fight.
Ratfink's Twinkle thing.
Yeah.
For me, and I think Rollo will almost definitely agree, and you guys probably will as well. Midas is when raiding was not perfected, but sorted out.
Yeah,
yes.
they got
when they
the
really
rhythm.
go into their stride.
Yeah.
They got the difficulty, and then player confidence was like rising rapidly at this point, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
This
where,
is
like,
a
if you
fight
go...
that I did on Savage as well.
Mm-hmm.
This was probably my first experience of Savage raiding.
This is where the Hummelfausts are, and also getting up there because bouncing on the steam vents is fun.
Yeah, and then you've got this little rat finks boy, and you have the 4 needles, and they all do different things.
Well, there's only 2 on normal.
The 2 on normal, 4 on Savage. It was a really good fight. It had the really difficult.
It's a good idea, Lakil.
What were those?
You came up with that all by yourself, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, entirely on my own.
What were those stupid? They had those really difficult snakes that spawn. You had to put them in the corners.
The glassy-eyed cobras.
Yeah,
and the gobbledygooks.
Oh, the gobbledygooks. Yeah,
this was a really good fight. Don't forget.
You got to turn into Harambe to hit the bombs away, and that was actually really hard on Savage.
And you need to remember to turn into a bird unless you want to
get boosted,
get destroyed. Yeah.
And you have the quack mechanic or whatever when you're a bird watching.
Yeah, because you do so little damage to him, but it's you do something.
I think this is the worst fight in Midas, though.
Really?
It's lower down, sure, but I still think it was a really good fight. I think maybe I don't know. Quick Thinks is good. Is about the same as this.
I mean, you gotta remember this is the same tier with Brute Justice.
Yeah,
but that's going to be higher than this, obviously.
But this is a competent C or B.
Yeah, this is a B or C for me as well. I'd say B, but I'd be fine with either B or C.
I'm happy with B.
I'm leaning towards C.
It was a good introduction to when they really go into their raiding stride.
They're hitting the rhythm, but it's a little goofy footed still.
A little goofy, but
also I was getting tired of the interior of Alexander at this point.
That's fair.
It's just like okay,
stop.
Alexander is a very ugly raid series. I'll agree on that.
Yeah,
it's ugly, but at least it was on theme throughout, and it was a real world location, so I give it extra for that. It was as permanent as Coil, unlike some of the others, which were just make believe fairy tale mystical land. So.
Is it on par with Arm of the Father? Oh shit, this is hard. I remember this as being...
It's a good fight.
I definitely did this with Orange. Yeah, I definitely did this with Orange. Okay, fuck it.
It's that son. Fist him.
I'll be it. I'll be it. I'll be
okay.
nice. I'll be nice.
Cuff of the Sun.
Cuff of the Sun. This is the gauntlet one.
Oh.
The Blaster Brawler Swindler Vortex. This one is only high up for me on Savage mode because you had to kill all 4 of them within a time limit, which was really difficult. In normal mode, it's probably the weakest of the lot.
Yeah, it's pretty basic in normal mode. I think
each one really only has 1 or 2 mechanics in normal mode.
But it does feel kind of cool getting them the gauntlet mechanics all together. It feels the variety is nice, and it's I don't know. I think it's one of the better implementations of here's some rapid fire mechanics. Go.
I think I prefer getting this in the normal raid roulette, but I do think it's less interesting than Ratfinks.
I think this is the weakest of Midas, especially normal mode. But Savage was a clever gauntlet. So
I would lean towards C.
Yeah.
I'm a C man.
C.
Okay.
Stop placing the water spout in the corner. Fuck you.
Oh, I hate people that do that.
I hate you so much.
All right. We've reached the Arm of the Sun now.
So this is Quick Thinks All Thoughts, which was the one that had the little cap. and it had the heart and the big ball spawned in it, put you into the four corners of the arena.
Oh, this is cool. It had the little gay baby jail or whatever.
Yeah, it had the gay baby jail. This was again like, really hard on Savage, because the arena had the spikes. You had to place things correctly. Normal mode's still fun though, and we don't get this that often. I don't see it super often. I'm always happy when I get it.
Surprisingly often in the normal raid for some reason.
I think this is a good fight. I think it's well designed.
Oh, I like the stupid little pipes. How you have to be either an alpha or a beta.
Yeah, if you don't get into alpha, I usually leave the raid because I'm not about that beta life, you know. Giga Chat. So.
No, yeah, I like the corners. I like clogging the vent. I like breaking the lock.
It's good, yeah. And the big ball going around the arena is fun to dodge.
Oh yeah.
Making sure. What was his little cat called? Shinoa, yeah, making sure Shinoa doesn't get the heart.
I like how the
Shinoa spawns the heart. You don't want Shinoa's. You don't want Shinoa's love to reach him.
Oh, so you have to stop quick things from being loved, which I relate to. That's fair. So it's a good fight.
I think B.
Yeah, B. It's on par with the other goblin.
I'd be tempted to put it at A, but.
No, it's not.
I think B is. I think B is fair. But
visually,
I
though,
appreciate your justice
really cool.
for quick things.
Oh yeah, visually this is one of the
look at the
more
background of this
interesting
arena. You can see the full
It's a
city
giant
of
city.
Alexander.
I mean, yeah, it shows you what Alexander is actually supposed to be.
It gives you a bit of that Final Fantasy 9 feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll put it at A, but I think it'll average to B, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. Whoa, wrong video. Wrong.
Now we're on to an absolute.
Oh hell yeah, brother!
Fight. Not only do you have to kill all of the little baby boys first, but then they spawn Power Rangers style into brute justice.
Yeah.
This song is it manifests in my brain whenever it feels like.
Oh yeah. This is permanently ingrained in our souls.
Oh, I could sing this for a while. Probably not anymore.
I'm gonna be an 80-year-old man that's senile going. Hey, baby.
And mechanically as well. This one I never got to do on Savage, but my understanding of it was very difficult, and the enrage was so brutal. And I love that.
I like the comeback of the other enemies again. It's nice that they weren't just overdone with. It kind of makes their first appearance a little bit better, knowing that they come back.
Yes, I like the reveal that they're together. They Voltron together.
Yes, it's very, and they do the gauntlet mechanics again. So that's a nice little comeback.
But 2 at a time this time to make it more difficult.
Yeah, you have to split them correctly with your tanks. Has some cool things with all their mechanics being added together. So the height mechanic plus the puddles or whatever, or stack and blah blah blah. And Brute Justice has some cool things. Super jump, J kick.
Ooh, the big missile barrage too.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to put this in S.
I think I could be persuaded to go that high as well.
I think I'm an A personally.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot about it, but I mean, I am very.
It is still a very ugly arena that I'm so tired of.
It is. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not higher on this than I am on Nail. I can't put this higher than Nail.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I just think the presentation is so seeing, because he joins and then separates in the fight too.
Yeah, that's very cool.
That's cool.
And this is one of the first times that the victory cutscene has you stand walking not looking back at the explosion. That's very cool. I just don't think it's an S.
It's mechanically it's not crazy. It's a lot of style.
Yeah, that's the issue for me.
I think mechanically it's quite competent, especially on Savage.
Well,
it's competent.
Isn't it also it's repeating?
It does repeat their mechanics from earlier in the race series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool callback.
So it's not unique.
Different context.
Not fully unique. No, I'll give it that. That's fair. I mean,
I think a lot of
happy
people
for
are blinded
DNA.
by the like boot up of Brute Justice and the music, but if you break it down, take that away a little and look at it as like a fight, I think you'll find that it's not that crazy.
That's fair.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's an A.
Yeah, I think it's an
I'm
A.
fine with A, but I'll always have, it could have been an S.
Yeah.
So that's in my heart.
Yeah.
that's fine. It's an S in your heart in the same way that Turn 3 is a C in my heart.
That's just lunacy.
Why do you have so much passion for such a...
Georgie has passion for Turn. That's fine.
Yeah, it's it's fine. Okay, now we made it to is it Eyes first? Yeah, Eyes of the Creator.
Yes, Eyes of the Creator.
This is when we first raided together on me and you.
Yeah.
This is when we met.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This is a cool fight that is people are in no way prepared to go back to do.
I love this fight. Everyone was so down on this fight, or like Lucia doesn't seem to like this fight much. Or what I always thought this was very. It gave me World of Warcraft boss.
Oh, it's this one with the big dude in the middle.
Yeah. I think this is actually quite interesting mechanically. The issue is that people don't know what the fuck they're doing these days.
No.
But again, on Savage, it was a really fun, intricate dance to learn. You had to have your little rolls. This also started with a Faust outside of the entrance, which was really hard. Yeah, I remember we died a lot to that and just passed it at 0%.
Yeah.
That's not even the final Faust.
No.
A full metal Faust spawns during the fight.
Yeah. I liked this fight, and I'm happy to put it higher than you probably will. But...
Oh, you definitely will.
There's a combat video put in the bottom?
Yeah.
He's been doing that all...
Oh, you have?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been doing it since the start, Rollo.
Yeah, since the very beginning.
No, don't.
Don't lie to me.
He's been doing it since Alexander started. The interesting mechanics, they're having to spawn the NPCs and then kill them on the right.
You can even see it on the stupid video. They're fucking jumping so that people know what to do with the fucking bombs. Yeah. They don't know what they're doing.
That was a real problem, even when we did it, Melee, because we didn't have a full raid team, so we had
we kept having to pug
randoms.
And it was shit.
They never knew what to do, even when they claimed to.
Oh yeah, but they had the machinist artifact, or the machinist relic, so he looks cool. Yeah. Shout out.
Shout out.
I don't know if it's this or if it's Netherite, but both of them have created a PTSD in me for any fight where you are required to pick something up and put it somewhere else.
Probably Netherite. This just exacerbated it for you. I'm going to put this in a B.
I think it really disrupts your flow.
Yeah, I hate it. It feels bad. It doesn't feel good in this game, picking things up mid-fight.
You got to stop DPS and focus on your bit of the mechanic while everyone else is dying, Jurgen. You're the healer.
No, because tanks are the ones that are supposed to pick it up, but they don't fucking know what they're doing. So I, as a healer, have to pick them up and activate the robots.
I hate that.
B. Maybe because of Georgie's upset, it could even go up to an A, but I'll say B.
Oh, well, I was going to say C, but if Mailer says A, I'll say D.
No, I'm saying B.
We can't keep doing this.
Counter picking.
We can't. This makes the list just pointless.
I do joking, and I think Mailer is too.
Yeah.
I say it's a C for me.
Yeah, it is genuinely a B for me.
C.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I have to say C, Mailer. I have fond memories too, but it's not that.
If I let my normal raid experiences of this fight paint me over the years, this would be possibly down at E for me because people are really bad at it.
Yeah. Okay, that is
time for fighting Rollo. Rollo is an NPC. Lame Brick Strike Box.
Yeah.
This is the fun one. Remember, Lucael? You remember when we did this once? And that person kept going on all of the things, and at the end they just said, I just wanted to press buttons. The buttons. I just wanted to do tracks.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what you do now, and it makes the experience just as unpleasant.
Yeah, you deserve it. You deserve to suffer for it because I had to suffer. That's how the world works.
Okay,
I don't particularly like this one. It's just the goblin. It's just
it's the least
roller.
interesting fight.
It's the drop off for creator. I think they didn't do. It had some cool things like the spawn, and you have to kill it before the roller kills you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Savage again was it was kind of just the same as normal, but higher HP.
Yeah.
Whatever I said for the last one, this is one tier below it. This is a C, I think.
So okay.
It could even be a D.
This is a D.
I'm fine with D. Yeah, this is the worst of creator.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one wasn't that great. The traps were infuriating.
The traps were the best part.
The traps are infuriating because people can activate them.
Yes.
I like that people. The trouble is people trolled with it more than anything. Like people should be able to fuck up and ruin it for the people, but the fact that you can just troll with it and still get through it is annoying.
Yes.
Because it just makes it miserable.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm fine with that.
All right.
God. Oh god.
Oh,
Cruise chaser.
It's happening. I'm cruise chasing.
Oh boy, we've made it to the heart.
This is
iconic.
This is iconic. This is one of the greatest of all times.
Like
the goat.
Is
the music even
the music's so good.
It's so simple, but it's like, oh my god, this will be stuck in my head till I die.
Yeah. And the fight's so good, and this is the first fight that introduced the active time maneuver. The mechanics were really well designed. The ads were good. The lapis lazuli, if you remember them, if you were shit enough to have them spawn, they were, a good punishment for being bad. The savage was really fun. Do you remember having to try and heal through that fucking pyretic on the ground at all times? The fire dot that was so hard on. It was just This is my favourite raid of Alexander. Maybe could be one of my favourites of all time.
The combination of Furor AoEs combined with having to hide behind the
optical sight
orb things because you're trying to avoid getting I can't remember what the exact mechanic is, but where it will hypnotize you if you like.
Propeller
wind. You have line of sight with it. Yeah, propeller wind.
Also, Cruise Chaser's design
so
is
good.
Just so they know how good it is. They brought it back for Rival Wings. They brought it back as a mount too. Like it's just a cool mech.
It's so good. I'm glad you all like it. It's an S for me too.
It originates in 9, doesn't it? The model.
Is it 9?
I don't know.
It was called R in 9, and it's similar-ish, but it's slightly.
Oh! I thought you said. I thought you meant floor 9 of Alexander.
No. But it's not.
Yeah.
Arc's quite a bit different, but yeah, S different.
But yeah. And it's funny, it still trips people up to this day too. If you get this in real life, people will still die to either the time action maneuver or whatever, or to the
I don't understand how they die. Oh,
they don't right click the thing, or they don't press spacebar.
That part I don't like. I don't like the having to right click the thing. I wish it was just the thing where you just stand in the right place and it would lift you up.
God!
I feel like that's what they do in a modern fight.
Yeah. We have that as like a highlight video. I think when I did it with Lonergan, and
you remember,
I said get to the open duct,
cheese grater,
and he just stood there.
Yeah.
And then I jumped onto the cruise chaser, and then I'm like, "Where are you?" And then he just died. I was like, "You told me to go to the open duct."
Stupid.
You have to click it, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, that was
the issue. I feel like that's counterintuitive nowadays. Not that Lonergan plays nowadays.
No,
it is counterintuitive, but that's not going to take enough away. This is the greatest fight ever.
I mean, it's the most basic active time maneuver in history. You just press the button.
But I mean, that feeling when you first get it, you're like,
yeah.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's gonna do it. Ready?
But I will say, I always thought that not always thought. I originally thought that you had to like time it because that would affect where you landed, but it has no impact on that at all.
Yeah. No, it's very generous.
It was simple. But,
it's simple but effective too.
Yeah, it broke the fight a little bit, got you onto phase 2 when things got really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an easy fight now on normal, but at the time it was hard, and the Savage was well designed.
Yeah.
And I honestly think it's better than anything else in Alex.
Really? I never understood people's like why people are
Soul
so
is
blown
very
away
good
by Cruise Chaser.
I think so. I think I prefer Soul because Soul has a really good moment in it.
Soul has a really good moment in it.
Yeah.
But I think this fight's better.
But Soul is very cinematic, and it's in the fight,
it's either this or Soul that gets in S tier.
Yeah,
I feel like one of the Alexes deserves it. These two are really, really close together for me.
Yeah.
I would put Soul at S tier.
I would put
which we'll get to, but
we might have to talk about them at the same time.
I think I would rate it as an A, but if there's enough like support for it to be an S, I'll be fine with it being an S.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'd be happy. I could put both an S even if you really want to, but
I would accept that too. I think this fight deserves the praise we're giving it. I do think Soul is very good. But I just think there's something about like this whole
that good. Did I really?
Yeah.
I must have missed the party on this one, and we did this.
I love doing
I don't
this
understand all this praise.
Chaser Lakil.
Wow, really?
I don't remember how upset people got.
If you're so bewildered by it, I think it puts it in an A.
Yeah.
Unless you say it's as low as like a C.
No.
Whoa.
It's a good fight. I just don't understand the C. Like what? It feels like it comes out of nowhere almost. This praise.
Really?
But,
I think it's the design of the boss is good.
Because it's kind of a boring arena. It's like there's no big like.
But he blows up the arena.
We had to run down here. Remember, you're in the cheese grater, like Lonergan said.
Yeah, you're in the cheese grater.
And you get to see him. You see him blow up the arena. You're like, oh my god, where the fuck am I gonna land? He blew up the arena, and then another one magically appears exactly the same. But whatever.
The only reason Soul would come out over this is Soul has a better arena, but I think Soul's fight, other than the time mechanic,
I think it's because you're also way more into mechs than I am. I think that.
I mean, I love. Yeah.
I'm not into mechs.
I don't really care.
Gundam's cool, but like. I would never I don't watch loads of mechs.
The music as well. The music is very enjoyable.
The music's way better than Soul for me.
Yes.
Maybe it's because I really enjoy the Primal's version of Rise, but like I think Rise is a better song.
I like the transition in Soul, but
the transition in Soul is very good. We might have to talk about both of these at the same time. So we can bench.
I put it in A. If Lakil can't perceive it as an S, then I think it averages out to an A.
Yeah, if you want an A, I can accept it.
Yeah, I just can't see it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cruise Chaser.
I'm sorry.
So dirty.
I'm sure I'm wrong, Chris. It's been a while. Maybe all the normal raid roulettes have tainted the memory, possibly, but.
Rise is good, but the first song is not as good. No, I love Mobius. Mobius is one of my favorite Alexander songs in the game.
Okay. It's time.
Alright, Alexander Prime. So this one, phase 1 is just the Mega Holy. Is that no? Which is the one where it has the corners? You have to stand in the corners. Might be Mega Holy.
I can't remember, but no, I do like that mechanic, and it's remarkable. It's quite large.
Yeah, it's a big. It's just ad phase realistically for the start. The song is good, but this fight's best in the phase 2.
The
phase
slow motion bits though, with the temporal stasis.
Yeah,
is just...
temporal stasis is really good.
Temporal stasis is a really awesome idea.
It is.
This is
the best mechanic of the whole fight. Temporal stasis.
This is a fight
going into the
that I remember being blown away by. Cruise Chaser not. This one I was
the music changed when it goes into
jaw dropped.
And
At
it's
this part.
the way that it charges the 4 directions, and you're like still frozen, and you're freaking out about the fact that you have to get into a position so that you won't get hit by it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last phase of this was very good.
And
the
the gears in the background stop too when the time it's like, ooh, I really am stuck now.
Yeah.
Just not Alex. And the tie to the storyline when you go in as a DPS, or if you in normal nowadays, used to whoever goes in, and you get to see yourself jumping out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool story bit.
That was very clever.
Creators, when the story actually starts getting good, I had like
creators the best part. And this wrapped it all up nicely.
Yeah.
It started off super weak.
Yes, but it got really good at the end.
Very good.
I think the last tier of Alex, when all comes together like as a closed loop, really works.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
It's
very well designed.
The way that you prevent yourself from being killed in the past, I think, is a much better implementation of like story in a fight compared to when we get to like Eden's Promise.
100%. This was the best. This was probably the only time that the story and the was actually directly in the raid and worked really well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Specified raid, because I do think there are.
Yeah.
I'm going to predict that we're
very well. Just
for me, it's
I'm at an S.
Yeah, I mean, if one of them's going to have to be an S, then fine, but it's an A for me. I think Cruise Chaser deserves the S.
I mean, it's Alexander. Like, his design is dope. He's a big robot with angel wings. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
When he becomes giant as well, it's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to do the tank limit break, too, to stop him.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Anytime he's a tank, LB3 is fun.
That is true.
He has an N rage on normal. And there were times back in the day where you would see it because people were bad at this game.
Oh, from the highs of Alexander's to some of the dog shit.
I agree with you fully.
Okay.
In my opinion, Roy, we're now on to 2 full expansions worth of dog shit. So let's see where we end up. Some of these were good fights.
I think Omega.
But the storyline for Omega was shit.
Yeah.
I don't think any of these are bad fights personally, but we'll see when we get.
There's a lot of mid fights in Omega.
I don't think Altaroite is a great fight.
No,
Altaroite.
When fights are just references, it always brings it down for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas like
the savage version of this was nothing.
Yeah. It was the same as the normal, even. Like,
it was identical to the normal, but it didn't have some of the AoE markers.
Yeah, that's it.
Was it like Chomp or Clamp or whatever for the Tank Buster? I think that was
Clamp. But the only interesting mechanic in this really was the go mid away from the ones in there and then get iced and slide outwards again or whatever. But nothing really happened. This fight was
this is a very simple fight.
This is like Reflecia level of boss.
I agree.
I'm happy to D it as well.
Okay.
I would put it at D. Yeah.
I'll D.
I already want to move on. I don't want to look at Altaroite anymore.
Get it off the screen. Get it off the screen. There we go.
It became a beautiful mount.
It became a nice noodle.
Yeah.
Actually, it eventually did become a nice mount with foilings, but whatever.
Oh my god, alright.
That's the Fireforge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sunforged.
Sunforged, whatever. It became cool because it changed between... Oh, it's Catastrophe!
It's time for Catastrophe!
This had some cool mechanics with the...
I kind of have
good
memories of Catastrophe.
It had a rage action.
Yeah.
This has got the fleshy members. How could you rate it too lowly?
Oh, fleshy members.
Like, it sucks that it's just a reference, but the mechanics are actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
And I still think 6 Foams Under is one of my favorite debuffs because it's so stupid. You just think and die.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's so silly. But
some of the AoEs were quite hard to read with the up and down.
I liked having to use the duty action to deal with like the 2 dimensions of raid AoEs.
Yeah.
Yeah, duty action was mostly. Actually, I think this was the only raid series that used duty actions. So.
No. Oh, only raids?
Oh,
no,
Omega.
Yes, actually, yeah.
They're
all Omega ones that I can think of.
Yeah.
It's cool. This is, for me, like, the trouble here is the distinction between a C and a D. I would put this on a D as well. Because although I think it's better than Altaroid, I don't think it's good enough to go up a tier.
I think it's B. I think it's like
B?
solid.
Ooh, I'm not that high. I think it's a C.
I think it's, like I said, I hate that it's a reference. This is the worst wing of Omega. It's just the beholder.
Oh, definitely is the worst wing of Omega.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you on that.
But I think this is the best of the worst. You know what I mean?
Really? I like Halicarnassus when we get there. Well, that's right next.
I guess hard. So. But I like it. It's solid. It's overall it's solid.
It's
also another series with shit gear though. Genji gear sucks.
Genji is the worst
gear in this. This is probably the ugliest gear in any raid. Probably.
Yeah, this was shit.
So what do we have? So Georgi, you said.
I said C. Mela said D. Rollo said B.
Okay.
The full spectrum.
That currently averages out to a C.
Yeah.
You pretty much have control of where you want to put it between B and D.
I think I'll just go mid. I think it's C. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like we said, the best fight. Well, maybe. Well, we'll see when we get to the next one.
Not for me.
No. It's all right. It's got fun mechanics though. All right. V3.
Halicarnassus.
I think this
more
is my favorite fight of the tier.
I love references.
This had so much to it. Right. It had the game where you had to match your rolls or get turned into a frog. It had.
I love the game.
The thing where you get teleported away to the sand maze and you had to find your way through. Very unique and fun.
Yeah.
It had the weird thing where you went away and had to fight the dark dragon.
Yeah.
And they had the good sense. They had the good sense to remove the teleporting away to the maze in the Savage mode.
Yeah, exactly. So they did a clever mechanic there to make Savage not annoying.
Yeah.
I do like the desert though. It's just something.
The desert's so fun, just to fly around and you see some guy just like stuck in a loop, and they just can't figure out why they're stuck in a loop.
Yeah, just.
And the dark dragon was quite good because you had to stand on the right things, but also drop tether AoEs outside of the.
Yeah, you need to avoid being in the Queen's Walk.
Yeah. I had forced march and stuff, left face and right face and stuff.
Yeah, and there were times you had to turn into a frog so that you could clear the game.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, this is above the other two, so it's a C. Because
this is a B for me.
Yeah, I'm feeling very B.
Yeah, I'm feeling B too. I felt like this was a fun fight. I liked it, but yeah. B?
I think it's tuned way too low because you can easily clear it these days and not even see the maze.
Yeah, it needs a bit more health, Yoshi.
Make people suffer for me.
Exactly.
Yes.
X death.
I don't even want to talk about X death.
I didn't hate this fight.
You hate this fight?
No, I didn't hate it.
Oh, I didn't hate it either. I love that he opens with instant doom on two people, and this was back in the day of limited roll skills. So if neither of your healers brought in Asuna, get fucked.
Yeah.
You're crazy if you didn't bring Asuna as one of your fucking skills in normal roulette shit. I'm gonna be honest.
This is the one that had that horrible big tree in the middle as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, this is just the most boring reference bots, though.
Yeah, this felt so.
Like, oh, cool, you're X Death from.
It was nice to see him. It is a pop-up reference, but all of Omega's a pop-up reference.
Yeah. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I will say this guy. I feel like X Death is the originator of like the way that fire, ice, and lightning mechanics often work these days. So I think it's kind of interesting in that way.
But he is still just big man with sword. Like
it's just Thornton.
He is just big man.
It is big man with sword. Was this the first fight, or was it later on where this was the first time Savage had the unique new end
Oh
phase.
yes, that's right. It does have a second phase. This is the first time they had added a new phase.
That's becomes a staple from now on as well.
Yes,
it's a staple I don't like actually. So
really?
I don't mind it. I agree with you on Oracle of Darkness as the solo instance of when it's detrimental to the main story of the game.
Too far, yeah.
But I like that it rewards Savage players for being, playing the mechanic and getting a cool extra fight. You can do it later on when you sync it or unsync it like a noob, but
I'll say here it doesn't matter as much because it's just X-Death. Like, there's no significance in any kind of transformation. Right. Who cares?
Yeah. Most raids don't have ultra. Usually, the extra phase is an imagining of what could have been, so it doesn't really have any significance in the story. The Gaia one was just unfortunate.
Ugh.
But for me, C.
Did you say D, Rollo?
Yeah, I don't like them.
C.
I find
it's not a good finale either.
I think the fight's a little boring.
It's all of Omega is.
This whole wing is boring, I think.
I agree.
1 through 4 is kind of boring.
The storyline, if we're going to bring up storyline, Omega's storyline is awful.
I just think
it gets good in the middle.
I think it's better than Outer so I cannot put it at D.
Yeah, that's
fair. It is better. Yeah,
it's more boring than Alteroid though.
Is it? No, I don't agree with that.
No, I disagree. Alteroid feels like it has 4 mechanics.
It does have 4 mechanics.
Yeah. There's a bit more here. I'll say C. Will that land it on a C? Okay. What are we all giving?
We'll see.
Yeah, that lands. It's B, C, D, and actually no, 2 C's. Well, 3 C's now. So yeah, it's definitely a C.
Yeah, 3 C's and a D.
Yeah, good. Alrighty then.
All aboard.
More references.
This is
the toxic phantom train.
I will say, I do like this in Savage. I like Sigmascape.
I like Sigmascape in Savage overall. I pugged all of this in Party Finder, I did Guardian, and then Party Finder defeated me as a human, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Sigmascape
I cannot imagine doing Guardian Savage with a Party Finder group.
No.
I was so close, Georg. I was so close.
Oh my.
Phantom Train is looking amazing. I love this fight.
Yes. The presentation is I know it's just a reference, but if you're going to do a reference, go all out. And they did with this one. It's not
they
just
made us ghost people.
Yeah. And there's this still the super secret thing you can find of was it the 1% chance of that one dude?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
I saw him once. I've seen him.
Yeah, I've seen him once too. The thing is, you can't actually stand around and let him attack you for very long because he's way stronger than the ghosts. But he goes down in one hit. That's the issue with it. Because I wanted to get a picture, but I was like, oh shit, he's killing me.
Yeah, no, those ghosts don't fuck around at minimum my level, even. They I like the light mechanics here too, with you drop the light on stuff.
To kite the ghost into the light and match it all up. Having to kill them, so the squares are free.
Yeah.
In Savage, having specific ghosts per role on the thing where you go into the
on Savage also having to leave at least one of the ghosts up at all times, otherwise you're going to go flung off the back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
a really decent fight.
Jumping on top of the train to hit the chimney.
Yeah, kill the chimney for some reason. That doesn't make any sense, but it was fun.
Yeah. It's just.
Let's just go through that mechanic, Rollo, just so you understand the significance in context. A train pulls up to your train, the zombies pile off the roof of it, you kill them all, jump on the train and destroy the chimney.
What? The train is ramming into the other train too!
Yeah.
It's on track, it's on rails!
It's very strange.
Also, I do like the little reference to at the end when you're in the story mode or whatever, or normal mode, it's your Doma and I'm not whatever, my Doma, FF6.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cute. It was okay.
There's a reference to Cayenne at the end as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Out of the reference fights, this is one of the better ones.
This was very fantastic and a good tear.
It's also just so absurd. Even if you don't know, like, from FF6, you're like, where the fuck am I riding a train?
Yeah.
Like, it's very strange, but, like, funny.
Yeah.
I almost want to say A.
I think I'm going to put it at a B just to temper myself. But I mean, it was a good one.
Yeah.
But I think this whole tier
music's great too.
Also,
the music for V1 through 3 is great.
I feel like we've been very critical of like arenas before. This arena is crazy.
This arena is
it's a really cool. I think that as much as like we don't like the like context for the fights throughout the Omega raids, because of the context, it allows them to be very creative in terms of what they visually look like.
Yeah.
The story brings it down, but on this one they went all out with the arena.
Yeah.
And it's I'm fine.
Are you gonna put it A as well, Nikhil? Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
But I like a lot of this section, so I'm going to be fairly high on them all.
This is a strong wing. So
Chadonuk.
It's still just a reference wing, but again.
No, but they really they popped off for this, and again, the normal mode of this, whatever, it was very good, but the Savage was the most perfect dance of all. It was really nice.
I did like the Savage.
You just had like for Chadonuk.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You had a list of exact timings, and it all had to this happen now. You had that's happening right now, and it was over in like 8 minutes or something. It was like a really quick fight.
Yeah.
But it was
gear was good too.
Gear was cool. Is this painting mechanic?
I saw in chat. Is this normal mode only? It's we bring both in. Yeah, for the ranking.
It had this goddess who turned into a horrible monster.
The FF6 lady, so cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
The painting mechanic was so cool. I don't like that you said that. It was really, it was just a really good fight and a really good tier of a really bad raid series.
Yeah.
I did like splatooning all over the arena. It's just funny to hit the button. It's just... And then they add the emotes like after the
they did.
Yeah. It was like a Aquapolis
They're hard
or whatever.
To get. You had to get them as drops, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were from the Asnir.
Yeah. I actually don't like the fight that much though. I like it less than Ghost Train or Phantom Train.
I kind of agree with you. I think it's cool conceptually. I don't enjoy doing it that much.
Yeah,
I think it was very satisfying to perfect, because it just happened. It was one of those fights where there was no room for deviation. You did your job at the exact right time.
I mean, maybe for Savage on normal, it just feels really rote.
Normal is pretty weak compared. Yeah, normal Phantom Train is more fun than normal this. I'd agree, but Savage this was also very satisfying. I'm happy to pop it down to a B if we're going with V1 as an A.
I think I would go with A for this, but I could also see it as a C if that's where.
Yeah, it's like barely better than Alteroid for me, I would say. So I could see it in C, but maybe B. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is just a reference. It's not like
a
good reference, I would say, compared to Phantom Train.
No, I think...
There's no special interactions either, as far like from the story acknowledgements or anything like that.
Yeah, it's kind of... So what are we? We have two Bs? No, two Cs.
2 Bs and a C.
2 Bs and a C.
So you could place it at a B or a C depending on your opinion.
Yeah.
I thought it was... To me, it's kind of similar to Deltascape V3, where it's like, it's something different. Like, it's like...
Yeah, that's fair. I can see that.
Okay.
They've had, like, this is the fun one, you know? And, yeah.
Let's take a silly one.
Yeah, silly one. Yeah, that's... Yeah. Okay, V3.
Guardian.
So, I like Guardian. The problem is people don't know what to do on Guardian anymore. I feel like people mess up Guardian so much these days.
I will murder you. I get filled with like a blood rage when people just walk on dynamite.
I agree.
It's like, oh, it's glowing. Let me just. You don't know what you're doing. Stop it. Stop it. Don't touch it.
Does this have voice chat? No.
The amount Guardian for me is a decent fight. It has some like the fact that it switches into the different programs, or the Dadaluma, Ultros, and Bibliotas and Air Force. Cool.
It allows it to vary quite a lot in terms of its mechanics.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you go into a party finder group that says it's Savage Guardian from the Toxic Puddle things it does. I can't remember what it was called. From Toxic. It was a hard mechanic, but you then go in and do like 15 pulls where you never reach that mechanic because the people are so shit. It really puts you off. I didn't party find or anything from then on. This was the last thing I ever bothered party finding. Until like
Allegan Rot does come back in this fight in the Savage version. That's true.
It has a lot. It was a...
If we're putting V2 on a B, though, I think this is a B2.
I agree.
I'm happy for B or C.
I mean, I prefer this to V2, personally. But I
think the arena's horrendous, but the fight's decent.
Oh, the arena's hideous. I think... I don't think it's higher than... I prefer Phantom Train, so I'd put it at B.
Did you mention? Sorry, when I was distracted. Did you mention that this was the introduction of the missiles as well? Like
I forgot to mention that. I meant to. I love the slow-moving missiles.
Missile simulation.
Yeah.
The missiles that are like way wider than they ought to be in terms of their hitbox.
I agree with that. When the amount of people get hit by them.
Yeah, but when you first see them, you think, oh, they're slow, easy. And then they come close, you're like, uh-oh. They're actually quite hard when they're that slow.
Move out the way.
Yeah, and you got the Bibliotaph mechanic here, where
Bibliotaph.
You have to get up to as many as like a light party to cooperate in a duty finder.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah. Half the programs were pretty fun. I think Ultros and Dadaluma were the weaker two. They didn't have a huge amount. It was kind of just AoEs that you can easily avoid. Air Force was the best one. But I don't know. Yeah, it's like a B or a C for me. Maybe leaning to a C, but happy for B.
I'd put it at a B.
Yeah, I'm fine with B. Slow as fuck missiles, look at them.
Yeah, there they are.
Just move! Why are you gonna Oh, no.
Good. They survived.
Well positioned, good job.
He's so ready to be angry.
Yeah. This is a savage run, so I'm sure they've been through a few.
That's true.
Okay. That is V3, and then the end.
This is the lamest reference. I don't care.
I like Kefka. I think this fight was decent. I think the Savage one had some cool extras, but ultimately, I don't think it's the strongest fight of this tier. I think there's a lot of it that's not actually that interesting mechanically.
I think that I think it's very interesting. I feel like this is the first time that it introduces you to mechanics that are the opposite of what you expect them to be.
That's true. That was a good mechanic.
And the tower with the thing, the statue.
Oh, the big tower was fun. And having the different it sometimes does the knockback and then it will do a switcheroo. And the knockback or the I don't know, it was a good fight. But
I just don't I feel like any of the fights in this wing could have been the last one.
Yeah.
There's no impact from being Kefka really and how he's presented either. Especially normal, because his transformation is locked in Savage.
Well yeah.
Who cares?
It was a hype when it was announced that he was going to be there, but feels very disconnected from the raid. All of the bosses do, to be fair, but yeah.
The story starts ramping up though. I mean, unrelated to everything that's happening, of course.
Yes.
I think this is where Sid gets poisoned or knocked out, something like that. About this time.
I don't remember.
Oh god.
No, isn't it
Someone's kidnapped, right? Someone's taken. Question mark? I don't remember.
It was. I'm pretty sure it was Nero.
It was Nero.
Nero.
Yeah. Nero gets poisoned or something. He's like, I'm fine. He's like, clearly he's not fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yes. Yeah.
I think the Savage version of this, from what I've seen, is very strong. The God Kefka phase. I mean, the the mechanics notes are like 5 pages long, so it must have been a pretty fun fight.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about Omega that I don't like. So
yeah, I agree.
I just don't like it. I don't like Omega.
Omega is a raid that doesn't feel like it belongs in the game.
No, it was
doesn't
just
have a
it was
connection.
it was just funny purple hole in rock. Now we are in Omega Land.
Yeah.
The fights in the Last Wing start being impactful, like as like fights themselves with all the context of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, these are cool. Everything before that feels like bullshit. It feels like a bad tournament arc in an anime.
Right. Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
I think
Like,
we
it's
talked
got-
about that at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like the Yu Yu Hakusho fucking tournament where it's just needlessly long for no reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just I didn't care. I don't care who was fighting. It could have been Ghost Train here. Could have been whatever. It didn't fucking matter.
I think Ghost Train would have been cooler at this point. Who knows what the extra phase could have been?
A 2 train.
I mean, I would put this at a B.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
would
think
put it
it's
at B
worse
too.
than the other Sigmascape fights.
I agree. They're all on par, but Phantom was a little better in my opinion as well.
So B. Yeah, because I agree. I think it's
not like
iconic
significantly
enough.
worse than the other ones. Yeah, exactly. And it is Kafka, even though it is a cameo. At least it's Kafka.
I know a lot of people are gonna rage at us putting Kafka at a B, but
I don't care about Kafka in other games.
We can't be blinded purely by, it's Kafka, because that's kind of what the fight is banking on. Is that you're going to be blinded
B is
by the
good.
Kafka. The fight is good. Yeah, it's a
B.
B.
B is a good place to be in. Look how reserved we've been for the high ones here. We're going for some absolute banger fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's nowhere near Soul.
Yeah, if you think Kafka is on par with like
Nail Van Darn,
Nail
Deus
Darnus, and Twin
we did say
and
that Phantom Train was.
We did.
That train's cool though.
Phantom Train is a
which
like if you're gonna be a good reference,
is a weird. It's a weird position for it.
We can consider that later, but I think it deserves it for now. I think it's Phantom Train was pretty pogging.
Yeah,
I think
it's a
you could
good
possibly
train.
make the argument that a lot of things could go down a rank.
Yeah, potentially.
Everything from the first ring, bring it down because of the bad gear.
No.
Genji Goose sucks ass.
Yeah, Genji Goose
That is
sucks ass.
true.
This should be a crime.
Yeah, you shouldn't have just skip upgrading your gear for that tier because it was so horrible.
Yeah.
All right. It looks sexy. What's the point?
Yeah. All right. Chaos.
I
quite liked Chaos.
Was it called Alphascape?
This is
Alphascape.
So
a bad start to a good wing.
No, Chaos was decent. I mean, he was like Alta Roite, but a little cooler.
Chaos is easily the worst fight of this tier. I do like that he mechanically can start in one of, like, his rotation can be one of 2 things depending on how he chooses to start.
Yeah, there was a bit of variety to him. He's better than Alta Roite.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
I'll give him a point just because it's Chaos, who is like not as referenced as much as other Final Fantasy, because from Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can at least give him a little respect there. I mean, sure, it's just using the what was it, the Sephiroth model, but whatever. It looks all right.
Yeah.
He got a big arm. He slap.
C for Chaos.
I would put C. Yeah.
I agree. I concur.
It plays the cool FF1 music though. So.
Yeah. And
that's
honestly, he did like the mechanics were quite interesting. I think his Savage was reasonable,
but forgettable. Very
forgettable.
Yeah.
Especially what comes at like the rest of this tier, banger after banger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
That's at least the next one that we're
immediately
on
afterwards an absolute banger. Yeah.
V2 is Midgard-Zormer.
And
now we're actually doing something that's tied to the lore of our
on his
game.
home planet.
Yes.
And this is when the story really picks up.
Yeah.
Like right before this, when you start getting Midgard-Zormer, the cutscene, he comes back like, oh my god, he's awake again. But yeah, like his little flips and donuts he does, where you have to like.
You have to learn his animations.
Yes.
It's like teaching you sign language, but in dragon speak.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
It was a good fight. It's not very interesting to do it as much now because it's quite easy to just push through, but it was good at the time.
Yeah. It's a very cool spectacle.
It's one of the fights that can still cause like new people to fuck up quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this is one of the ones that I see the most wipes in still.
It's got the Ankh-Morn, it's got the flares. I think it has a version of Northern Cross or Southern Cross or something.
Yeah.
Is this the first fight that had Exa flares?
For normal players?
I don't know.
Yes?
For normal players, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe
Sure.
Wasn't there a trial that had that? And Heaven's Word? Am I going crazy?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't remember when things were introduced.
No. But yeah, he's a fun little fella. You're fighting him in his prime. I think this is his prime, right? This is like as he's escaping the.
Yeah, when he's a young lad.
Yeah, this is his planet before the whatever blow up of shit, right?
Yeah, this is the Dragon Star or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
This is because you see fragments of it in Ultimate Thor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really necessarily pay off at the time, but since doing Ultimate Thor, this arena is even cooler to look at.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm tempted for an A. I think this was a banger.
I think I'd probably go for a B.
It's a cool model.
I think I would go B as well.
After like the drought of just references I don't give a fuck about in 14,
Well, yeah, that is fair.
It was like a breath of fresh air, and it was Midgard, and he came back to the story for like a minute, but it was cool. It was cool.
He woke up and then went back to sleep, but it was cool when he broke through the wall into Omega's interdimensional rift.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool.
Is it an? Yeah, I mean, is it an A again or is it a B?
I think this is on par with Cruise Chaser. That makes sense, right? And especially with Ghost Train, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel Ghost Train has been put a bit too high.
I don't think it's on par with Cruise Chaser, but it may be on par with Ghost Train, so maybe Ghost Train is putting down to a B.
Well, I think a lot of the issue is that I think that like there should be a tier between A and B at this point.
Why?
We can't keep adding.
We can't keep adding tiers.
No, I know, but like I feel like that would be either that or a lot of things need to be moved down. Is how I feel.
This is why I find tier lists difficult.
Well,
because
sometimes
there's a lot of nuance to
there's
it.
a lot of things that are just B. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
No, but I think that this is better than a lot of the things in B, but not as good as some of the things in A. That's the issue.
Like this is better than the rest of Omega. For like what came before, for sure. Like it's definitely above Altroid.
Yeah,
it's definitely above.
I just think we've been too generous with Deltascape, possibly.
Possibly. Maybe pop it in a B for now, and we can move things around for Omega a bit later.
Yeah.
All right. It's hard when you've not done. It's hard to place the first few as well, anyway. But once we've got a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we have made it to
Omega.
Chicken tenders.
It's had level checker as the DPS check part of it as well, which was cool.
See, I think this is an S for me.
This is absolutely
my favorite fight of the tier.
Because this is so cool. You're like, oh shoot, I'm already fighting Omega. There's still one more fight left. Like, what the fuck is going to happen?
It was better than what came after.
I like this fight more than
Omega M and F's shit compared to this, but
I don't think it's shit. But I don't think
like M and F at all.
You finally get to fight Omega after seeing him do all that cool shit in Heaven's Word with that like 10-minute long cutscene of fighting
Shinryu.
It's very cool. Larbert and Starboard sucks.
Starboard is a massive moment in 14 history.
Yeah. Chicken tenders is also.
Chicken tenders. Tastes really nice. A lot of spice.
You get to do a level 3 tank limit break too. Always fun. when they sprinkle it in there.
Yeah.
Yes, I always like that. This also had the duty action with the fists that come towards you, and then also powering up the little nubbin that spawns.
Yes.
Has
Savage Bomb where you have to, with the tank has to drag it away.
Oh yeah.
Savage Mode was hard.
I mean, it's in the top 2 tiers for me. It's I don't hate it being an S, but it's at least an A for me. But I still think the soul being an S compared to the heart, it's a bit rough for me.
Yeah, I think this is an easy S. I mean, it's Omega. And you get all the cool lore of finding out, I think, is it this fight you find out that Omega's the same Omega from all the other games, right?
Possibly. It's implied throughout the quest line at least, but it's Omega.
That's how he has access to all the other worlds.
Yeah. This is Omega. Yeah.
But it's very cool. I don't know. It's just, again, it's iconic in the same way Alexander is iconic too. Like, I mean, they even reference this in Shadowbringers. Like, it's a pivotal thing in Shadowbringers.
It's the boss of the raid.
Yeah.
It's Bahamut, it's Alexander, it's Omega.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's Eden. So, it is the iconic raid. It's better than everything else probably in this tier or this entire raid series. So it's going to have to be the highest one.
And I know that people love a long fall, but I much prefer Escape as a song.
I mean, they even made the April Fool's video with the Omega thing and the chicken tenders ready to fry. It's, again, it's like you get the little level checker. It's cute. It's good.
It's a good fight. I'm happy for this to be, A or S.
So what are we giving?
I personally am saying A, but
Rollo and IRS, so it's up to you, Nikhil.
I can't think of many more fights to come that would be
no, that's what I'm thinking
eligible
about
for
too.
an S tier.
Yeah, I believe there's at least an S in one of the raids past Coil, for each one at least. Because I don't think it's going to be V4 that will put an S from Omega.
No.
I'm not putting V4 in S.
Oh, no, V4. No.
All right.
Okay.
S it is. Okay.
right.
And one
Omega
you'd
MNF.
think that was the end, but no.
No.
It continues.
After fighting cool Omega and having a really good time, for some reason he just spawns a fucking man and woman Omega, and it's a very generic fight.
Excuse you, Adam Eve?
Don't you remember when, Alpha used a shrink card on us, and then on us and Sid, and then that's how Alpha gets us into this weird pocket dimension with Omega?
Yeah, we're sent to the Shadow Realm for a brief moment right before this fight.
But no, we never were though, Rollo, because they used Alpha's last card that allowed him to shrink us and keep us in his fur.
I love Chocobo Mystery Dungeon.
It's bullshit.
All right, so what?
The only
I like that he uses the Omega MNF use our limit breaks against us as well. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool concept. They're emulating us a lot because they turn human or human-ish to try and master our Dynamis limit break shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Which was.
I think the only reason that this fight was any good was because of the final form Omega.
Really?
I really don't think this fight's anything to write home about outside of that.
Right.
I kind of wish they expanded more on the MMF stuff and not just I don't know. It's kind of boring they just stay two separate bosses. I would have liked them in their human forms, just doing more stuff instead of big metal blob monster. I think that's kind of boring. It's a cool intro though.
This fight is them being separate from it.
I like them
and
being
also
separate.
The Savage.
But no. Only
This is an A for me.
I really like this theme, but
yeah, it is our theme.
Yeah,
whatever it's the leaf motif of what's the song called? Through the heavens.
Yeah, nail.
Yeah.
From the heavens.
Nail from the heaven.
Yeah.
That's. I like it when they reference a song. It's always fun. I like the remixes.
I think this is.
It's B.
B.
It's A for me.
I liked it. Didn't blow me away as a finale.
It really only redeemed itself in Savage, because the last one with the Hello World mechanic, that was absolutely brilliant.
Oh yeah, that was good. Well, we have to include Savage as well.
Yeah, that's why it's getting to a B for me, because it would have been C otherwise, because it's shit.
Oh my god.
I find it such a boring fight compared to the others.
Well, this one's difficult, because I... Do I like...
Oh. It's tough. Or think back to your
Why can't you all
days.
just agree so that we can just default immediately?
No.
Why? What? No, you have to have an opinion.
Yeah.
It's not just our rankings.
If it was our rankings, then Yogi's one, turn 3 would be an S tier.
No,
that's true.
I said that was a C at best.
That's...
He's so passionate to give it a middling score.
Considering what's on C right now, that's fucked up. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with the way that the rankings are shaking out. I put it at D now.
That's okay. I mean, it is iconic though. This fight is
and then Fresvelga smashes into Omega's dimension to save us.
Hooray!
Yeah,
and
dragon smashing. It's the wrap up of when the story actually got good, and the cutscene that follows this is actually really like good. That moment with Omega and the Warrior of Light at the end,
and it leads into one of my favorite quests, like side quests in Endwalker, where you take Omega around to meet like the Watcher.
I've talked myself up to an A. I'm gonna leave it.
Yay!
Yeah, if we're putting Phantom Train at A, then
that's the thing. I do want to move some of these around because I think Phantom Train is a bit too high at this point.
We can come back to these maybe at the end and maybe rethink.
Yeah.
So, Eden Prime, you start off by killing the actual enemy of the whole raid series. So I didn't like that.
This is difficult.
But it had fun music. No, I didn't like it.
It was very anticlimactic to me, but it's fine.
It was the first fight with killing Eden.
I thought that was super cool.
No, it was stupid.
The dance was fun.
The dance was
I like the
fun.
change of the formula.
The Savage was enjoyable. The music really brought this up.
Yeah.
But when you're thinking about it all, all things considered.
You get the 3 minute long cutscene too of the.
That was good. That was.
We're exaggerating a little bit.
They're so brave for having that. I love it.
Now you
so cool.
You just say you hated stream transitions earlier, but this one, the longest one, did he not?
I don't know.
No, he hated that they're Savage locked.
Yeah.
Oh, you want more of them? You want them in normal as well? Is that what you said?
Yeah, because I think a lot of them should be in the normal mode.
I see.
There wasn't anything extra for this one.
No, but that's
no, there's not. But he likes that the cutscene is there in normal mode.
Yeah, I mean it's just ballsy.
It's too. I
gotta give him respect.
It's too long.
They knew the attack was long as fuck.
It's supposed to be long. That's the thing. I appreciate it.
No.
It was funny. Whatever.
This was a really strong start to Eden.
It was a strong start to Eden. It was the best one of this tier.
Yeah.
In fact, it was the best one for most of the raid series.
Of this tier? I don't know. I don't agree with that.
Well, we'll get to it. Let's not. We'll judge this one.
I think this is a B at best, but I think I'd put it as C.
I go for A.
Yeah, okay, now
too high.
I might.
Yeah, that kind of concretes in my mind that it's a C.
I like it. I think it's a good
On
start.
level with Nail, turn 9, turn 5, Heart of the Creator, Alexander.
No.
See, those keep moving up.
See, Nail is good because it's Nail Van Darns, right? Which is cool, right? But like mechanically, kind of sucks.
It's really hard. T9 is gone down in history as
You've made a mistake by putting, no offense to Soul of the Creator, but that and Omega, which are great fights, above some also great iconic fights, Twintania, Nail, and Cruise Chaser should be S tier.
Iconic only because of its place in history. I don't think mechanically it's that.
Cruise Chaser, I don't get. I don't think Cruise Chaser should go to.
If you're gonna put the thing is, you're
the only one that says that about Cruise Chaser.
I think Cruise Chaser.
Yeah, no, Rollo was also high on that. Yeah, Lakil and I were.
Well, a lot of people love Cruise Chaser. You guys are crazy.
I agree with you on that one. But the issue is you've locked out A for high tier but not fantastic fights, and I think this is a BA quality fight, but I don't think it's on par with some of the ones we put in A. But it's better than some of the other ones we put in A, like Sigmascape version 1, and even better than Omega probably.
Well, also this is the averages of the score too, so it's kind of.
That's the difficulty of this. It's hard to put things. Like everything's teetering towards a mid because we've locked out A.
We haven't locked it out. You can still vote A and have
but things are unlikely to go higher than B now because of how weird A is, because it's got some absolute.
But the thing is, we don't agree that turn 4 is an S tier, so we can't put it any higher.
Yeah,
but you're then comparing everything in A to Nail. Even again, I don't know why V1 is in
because it's in there. No, it's just weird.
I mean, if you just want to get up, just move V1 to B. If it's causing that much trouble.
What? No, we haven't heard the other scores yet. What are the others? What do people want? Where do you want to put this? You said A, Rollo. That's fine.
Yeah. For
this one. Yeah, let's just leave everything as it is now.
Okay.
I'll put it at C. Mailer put it at A.
Yeah, A is fine for this.
It's solid. I mean, it's an FF8 reference, but it's it's cool. It's more grounded in our world. I mean, the first Sin Eater. I mean, that's something to call it.
I find this kind of a mid thing, but just to not bloat B, I'll get it up to A.
But if you think it also is,
I think it still averages out to a B because I put it at C.
There's 3 A's.
Okay, that's fine.
Right? Well, maybe it would. I don't know. What is the weight of a 3 to 1? Whatever.
Probably.
I don't care. I don't give a shit. All right, next.
All right, Voidwalker. This one was trash.
Oh no!
I don't like Voidwalker.
I actually do like Voidwalker. I thought it was the stupid bird one.
Yeah, it was rubbish. This is when we meet Gaia as well, so that's a negative 16 points for me.
I think Spell in Waiting is a cool mechanic. I just think that everything it does with Spelling Waiting is not very exciting.
Yeah, we tried the Savage of this as well. It was good. Nat kept fucking us up because he was too greedy, but it's fine. It's just... I'm going to have to start being harsh because I hate Eden and this fight sucks. So,
you know what? That's fine. You can hate Eden just the same way I hate Coil.
Yeah.
I don't think Coil overall stands up at all.
The Eden's storyline was just horrendous.
Eden's storyline for the first 2 tiers. I think this is a C for me.
That's fair. I'm going D, and I'm happy that's going to end up low.
I would say solid B. I actually really do like Nomura's design for Gaia here. I think the armor looks really cool.
Yeah, she was cool. I like this.
And Spell and Waiting's fun.
I think my favorite part is that this was designed as a platform that you were supposed to stand on. Like it was supposed to be vertical, and then it ended up. It was supposed to be horizontal, and then they ended up implementing it vertically. I think that's the funniest thing about its story.
All right.
It's weird that she has a sword though, even though she ends up with a hammer.
That's true.
Okay.
Leviathan. This is when
Inundation.
I hated almost every single one of the primal fights. I thought they were lazy.
You didn't like them?
I like a lot of these.
I like the concept, but I think it's lazy design. It's just bringing the primals back.
It's way better than the dumb references to just other games. Like I would rather.
It's on the same. It's on the same level of laziness.
This song is a banger too.
The song's pretty good.
I agree.
I mean, this version of Leviathan was interesting.
I think pretty much all the remixes, except maybe Ramu's, I really like.
I don't.
I like the way the arena gets. Yeah, I like the way the arena gets split.
For that alone, I would put it at a C.
I would put this at B.
Yeah, I'm feeling B. B for Leviathan. Leviathan.
But there was nothing else to the fight that was very interesting.
The arena is so dull.
Oh, it's a very boring fight and a very boring arena, but it splits in two, which was fun.
Yeah.
I like that you're in like a giant like reef canyon that's been drained of water.
Yeah, except for this one oblong. Perfect oblong.
Well, no, they formed this platform.
It's all in your memories anyway. It's all part of this shit.
Yeah,
Think about the primal and it'll come true.
No, we just misremembered. That's why he has two heads, because we thought of the two tails, or the tail and the head.
Yeah.
We're not that stupid.
We are,
character
though.
Canonically is stupid, I'm sorry.
Yeah, our character's an idiot.
I think I'm gonna go with C here, because I think the next one might be higher in my mind.
Titan.
I think I would put Titan lower personally, but I think it's still alright.
Oh, I disagree with that.
Alright.
Titan's Giant Mode and Savage was cool. I think this had some quite interesting mechanics.
I like the shifting of the platforms in Savage as well.
The Savage one with the orange and yellow markers was kind of decently designed.
The ATV was a little much for me.
Yeah, I really hated his design.
That was dumb.
I really hated
I
his
like
design.
its design. It's so like extra.
It's stupid.
like I get the rest of it. It's sort of, exaggerations, misremember, all that stuff. Where the fuck did the ATV come from?
How did we misremember a massive Rockman as a car?
He rides it.
Yeah.
Well, the music though was. This isn't the kind of song you want to accidentally be off your tits on drugs listening to. You'll lose your mind.
Oh, you'd have a terrible trip if you heard this.
Yeah, you would go wild with this. It would be horrible.
Yeah.
Like when the lady starts going like, oh.
Yeah.
The walls would close in on you. I think this is a B for me.
This is a B for me.
I'm leaning more towards C personally.
It's fair.
I like Leviathan a bit more.
I think
I like this exactly the same amount I like Leviathan.
Yeah. B. Okay.
Oh, Ramu.
It's time for Ramu. We have
Oh my
moved on
god.
to Eden's verse.
I can't stand the arena here. All it was spear go big or small, go near the right one, feud rush thing. Maybe the Savage one was a little bit more interesting, but on the music,
I love the music.
You like that?
Now.
I don't like this. I need to.
This is my least. This is
I'm
my
going
least
for...
favorite of the remixes.
Really? I think the Garuda
What have we
for
got
one
here?
worse.
I'm going for an
You know
E.
what? I used to think that. I used to be like you, Roller. I don't know why. The Garuda Ifrit remix to me is just like the more I listen to it, it's like Stockholm Syndrome. I don't know why. This is a D for me.
It's
I
E
do.
for me.
I like his design. I like the mix of Ramu and Zappy Horse, whatever. Very
Ixion.
Yeah, very funny. B.
Unacceptable.
I love the lady just screaming.
Yeah,
I've
I'm not a
lost-
fan.
I've lost
I
all
am
faith in you.
not a fan of this fight. This.
I mean, it makes. I feel like a lot of you
There's
guys
not
were
a lot-
very negative on Eden in general when we were talking about it back in the day.
It's not a very. I
Well,
don't like it very much.
if you
But
look
yeah,
at the fight,
the
it
fights
doesn't
themselves
doesn't
aren't
really
that good.
have that many.
There's nothing to it other
Mechanics,
than
no
picking up
mechanics.
the balls.
This is
I
one
like
of the ones.
I like in Savage you have to get knocked back to destroy the spears. I think that's cool.
That was good. Yeah. But that was like the one extra Savage mechanic was decent. Like, it's just not much to it.
It's definitely one of the ones
where
like the Savage had a lot of cool stuff going on, and they took away too much from normal. So it suffers there.
Unless you really hate it, you could actually put this on E. But I think it's between a C or a D, depending on your opinion, Nikhil.
Well, I think it's...
An E would be crazy.
It's not an E. It's not an E.
I think E is crazy as well, I agree. I think it's... I'm at D.
I think D is kind of a lot as well.
D is
it?
It is. I mean, I'm just looking at what's on D, and it's tough.
Yeah.
It's just... There was just nothing about this one that I enjoyed.
I don't like this at all, this fight, but Rollo has said B.
And Georgi said D, and I've said E.
I mean, yeah. I'm exactly probably like a C or D or something like that.
Depending on what you're at, like,
well, if
you say D, it would average out to a D.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm pulling it further.
Because remember, Mail is at an E, remember?
Yeah. Oh, you were on an E. Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah, Malus at E, so that's why it would average out to D, not C.
That's too wild. I can't go there that far. All right.
Furor, Garuda, and Ifrit.
I like that this is like... This has 3 phases. I appreciate that about this fight. Especially compared to what's going to come after it.
My least favorite of the remixes of original Primals. I don't like the song.
I don't like
the Garuda
some parts of it.
Done with.
I like the designs of them individually for the most part.
You don't like
I don't really like Raktapaxa that much. I think the thing that for me really detracted from this fight was the phase 3, or the interim phase where it's Garuda and Ifrit at the same time, was so short.
Yeah.
But
mind it being that short.
Tank-wise, double boss fights are so cool and interesting, and they never do them. They should have pushed that for more of the fight. But
what is it for play football? What's up?
Yeah, why does he hot foot? I don't know. Raktapaxa weird, but it was interesting. I don't know why they fuse. I don't know why we think they're Alpha Node.
I also don't think their designs are like particularly interesting as like a remix. You know what I mean?
So basically,
I think Ifrit's kind of interesting. Ifrit is quite different from what it looks like in our game. I agree Garuda is quite similar to what she originally is.
We actually made Garuda a bit less sexy in our imagination.
Yeah?
Well, maybe because she was trying to kill us, that makes her less sexy.
Yeah, that's true.
Not in my eyes. I'm feeling C.
This is a B for me.
I feel C.
This is so unique compared to so many other Eden fights.
This starts getting to the point too in Eden where I was like, okay, are we just going through every element with the remix now?
Yeah.
Which would have been fine, but I just don't think this one was really good, so it didn't.
I just don't think it was. Like, I don't mind the fact that it was a very old school Final Fantasy elemental story, but there was just a level of laziness to just redoing all of the old elemental primals. I know the remixes were cool sometimes, but I don't know. I suppose the proof for this one was the Raktapaxa weird fusing of elements, but yeah, I think it's still a C for me, but I wouldn't mind if it went a bit higher. I don't think I'd be too annoyed.
I mean, it's different from... So we have, I see.
See, this is again where we suffer from having a... I think there needs to be a tier between B and C. That's the main issue.
Just needs to go down one tier.
This point.
It'll solve everything.
I think I have to go C. Okay. All right. Next is
Island of Darkness.
Oh, fuck these
This
birds.
is Reddit's Why Kingdom Hearts is light.
Yeah,
I hate this fight. It's so boring. This is one of my least favorite normal raids to get in a...
Right. Yeah.
I'm a reasonable fan of the mechanic where something goes in a portal and then you have to see where it comes out.
Oh, but it's not complicated.
But it's not, yeah. I can't remember what the Savage was like this. I don't think I did it.
Savage is a little bit more, but
so the issue is it's not complicated, but people are still too stupid to do it in normal raids. It really annoys me.
That's fair. I'd probably pop it on a D. It has that banging Final Fantasy VIII music on here.
Yeah, it says that. That's funny.
I just thought this was so underwhelming after Raktapaxa.
It's a weird choice, isn't it? It is.
Wasn't
a weird
creative. It was just birds per scale.
Yeah.
This is the one that has the portals or whatever.
Yeah, red is white, Kingdom Hearts is light.
Yeah.
So for that alone, that's iconic. But
that's
it wasn't much to it. But I like the portal mechanic. But yeah, it's a D for me. But I wouldn't really care if it went to an E. As I don't.
Yeah, I'm feeling E.
Oh, we're
for all I care, you can all be an F.
I said E.
Yeah, I'm cool with E too.
D, but
it's up to you. You have control to put it at D or E. Kill.
Ooh.
Fuck that.
What? Do you want to put it higher? You can put it higher if you rate it higher.
It's just I was surprised everyone was so negative about this one.
I just find it really. I think this is health-wise. This is tuned too high. You see too many mechanics. It has so few mechanics, and you see them too many times.
That's true.
Too quickly. It's the Phoenix effect. Also, we are, even though it's eye-rollingly dull, we're going through all the elementals, and then we just have a weird break to fight a flock of birds.
Yeah, that's
it's a little bit jarring.
Yeah, that's true. It's like they ran out of. They couldn't come up with anything.
They knew that they had to do something big with Shiva, so they thought, well, we've got to do that later.
Yeah.
The thing is, they made this conscious decision. They could have made Garuda and Ifrit separate fights,
exactly.
And they decided to make birds.
Yeah. Very.
But I think it was a complete injustice to make Garuda and Ifrit one fight.
Yes. Well, we've made it to Refulgence.
This is my highest tier, but yeah,
I'm such a hater and a lover at the same time. It's got me in a lover boy mood, but also I'm a big fucking hater.
Okay.
What does that leave you?
I'm very confused.
Do you love or hate this?
After jerking off Horschfont's dead corpse for a decade, they're like, okay, cool, we can finally talk about other people who matter to us. But they didn't do it in a cool way where they actually reference her that much. I mean, they showed up
Yzael?
Yeah, they showed up like a little bit with Yzael, but it's like not really tied to it. I mean, the song.
It should
like
be more impactful. Green is taking over her story.
God, this is gonna have the lyrics on screen.
And also, I like parts of design. I don't want to see this like 14-year-old titties. It's weird.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't, and it's even worse when she turns into the Russ Veilger shit.
Oh my god, the Russ Veilger one is wild.
She's half naked. Like I don't want to see that
scene.
It's wild for it. And I don't like. You can say whatever you want. The mechanic happens where you have to look away while she's changing. So
yeah,
you know what they did.
They do the stupid camera pan like through her like chest and crotch. It's stupid. I fucking
It's very
hate
weird.
it.
Yeah, this
The issue is that I think this is easily the best fight of Eden. I think this and this is honestly one of my favorite songs in the entire game.
Yes, the song
I sadly agree
good.
with you that it's probably the best fight of Eden, and it's not even that good. But
yeah.
Oh, I really like it. I think this has got quite a good variety of mechanics as well.
I like this. I like the ad phase where you go onto the platforms.
This is honestly an S tier fight for me, and I know no one will no one will agree with me, but this is an S for me.
That's
ridiculous.
I mean, bold of
you really
bold. Yeah, I would never put it that high, but it is good. It's the best. I agree with you that it's probably the best.
Yeah.
Savage Mode was outside of a literal breasting boobily child. This last phase, like the extra phase. For the Race Volgo Shiva, that was really well designed as well. The fight's good.
Yes.
We skipped most of the mechanics, doing it unsynced. I'm sure at actual level it was really hard,
Look away.
I'm gonna pop it probably at a kind B.
I like the Hydaelyn twist to it. I think that's like a cool. Again, I don't like her Hydaelyn costume. I don't want to see her breast boobily.
No, I agree.
Every costume is sexualized and bad in the worst way possible.
Well, the Shiva one being sexualized is not surprising because that's like our perception of. Actually, the Shiva one is the least sexualized.
The Shiva one's acceptable in my opinion. There is some like side boob for some reason, but it's whatever. It's mostly covered up.
Yeah, it's. Again, I'm two minds of it because I like references to like characters I actually care about, and I like Shiva. Shiva's dope in general. The ice and light thing is like a cool combination. If the lead up to the story is stupid. It's very.
All the stories being shit.
No, I like the story at this point.
The idea that Green wants to be the one that embodies it is very strange. I agree.
Like, why? What was your child?
And you know what, Rollo? The ending, the final part of the normal fight, that hits me right in my 10-year-old anime heart. It's so fucking cheesy.
I know Mela hated it, but
Why have you reminding me of that? I'm gonna have to go down a tier if you're saying that.
I like it.
Hammering thing.
Did you? That's been in my mind constantly since we've started here.
It's a C.
I do not understand how you guys don't like it.
It's an S.
It's sincerity. It's very. It's like Kingdom Hearts sincerity, right?
It is cheesily sincere. Yeah, I agree. It's got that Nomura. It's got that Nomura like stink on it.
I don't know why you expect me to care about the sincerity of two characters I couldn't care less about.
I think I'm too old for this now.
If Reen and Gaia had died in this, it would have been much more acceptable to me. So we didn't have to deal with them again. I cannot stand
That's unnecessarily grimdark. That's
You're such
they are so dull.
So
ironically dull characters.
Give your. Let's hear it. Georgi S. Rollo.
It's too polarizing. B.
Mela.
C.
Oh. It'll be a B then, because I'm gonna go C as well. So it's gonna be A, B, C, C.
It would average out to a B. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the power of friendship is real, bitch.
No, that maybe I'm not too old. I don't know. It's Kingdom Hearts.
Is light.
Kingdom Hearts is light. I love the Kingdom Hearts cheese.
And she does the Hydaelyn kick too. I forgot. That's super dope.
Yeah, I just love everything of it. This fight is so mechanically strong as well. I really like it.
Yeah.
Like if it weren't for the kind of flippant use of Shiva and Ysael, maybe it was a bit more like grounded, like a little bit more serious. And with less sexualization of a teenager, it'd be an S for me. But
I would put it in an A if it was more Ysael focused and, like you say, not creepy. Not creepy Japanese salary man.
Yeah, whatever. But I just find it to not be that fantastic. But that's me. I also don't like the hammer thing at the end. It's just too long.
No, the hammer is disgusting.
I am generally just against like holding up a fight just to like show a cutscene. I thought we were past that.
It's brief and it goes by.
It's not brief.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Not bad.
It's not long at all.
It's like 15 minutes long of
15 minutes.
We've got to save her.
Okay.
After that, it's just a victory lap where you just let me pick this over.
Yeah.
They could have done that as the closing cutscene somehow, and then we could have skipped it and left the arena then.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we've landed on a B. Everyone should be happy. It's up in the upper half.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be happy. It's high up.
Okay. Next is
time for the
Umbra.
Abyssal Abhorrence, the
Bangers.
Cloud of Darkness, which is a horrible name to call her.
Yeah.
Banger.
Banger.
This actually had some really cool mechanics, like the thing where you can't stand on the platforms for too long, so you have to constantly dance around. I really liked that.
Very funny to kill your party members.
Is this the music that played in the fight?
Should be.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Don't be afraid. Yeah.
That's giving it extra points.
I like this remix of Cloud of Darkness. It was fun. I'm okay
because the song is a remix of 8.
Yeah, I mean of the character Cloud of Darkness.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it had the thing where you got tethered to those plants.
It's basically the Dissidia model.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Dissidia. There weren't a huge amount of mechanics to this other than not standing on the platforms and then like getting tethered to a plank.
Hate that we're back in the world of darkness, for fuck's sakes. Why would they?
I can't even remember why we were here.
I hate it
because we
here.
did an aspect of darkness.
Oh, okay. And that was the best we could come with.
Because we did aspect of light and ice.
Of course, yeah. Sometimes we do 2 in 1 because we've got to get through them.
No.
But then we got a whole time for the cloud. Yeah, it was.
Well, no, we did darkness because we realized we need like the opposite of passivity, which is light.
Yeah.
We didn't realize that at the time when we were doing. I can't remember which element is the one that's most attuned with darkness. I think it was lightning.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because she does. I think she does some lightning-ish spells, maybe. She
and hey,
the old one.
Gaia didn't turn into our cloud of darkness, which would have been stupid as well.
Yes.
I mean, Gaia's like, Gaia's 17, but like.
Oh, I mean, no. I would have been.
But at least it was just an actual imagination of the cloud of darkness.
No.
Rather than just one of the characters going. I mean, it was an acceptable fight. It's mid-CLB, whatever.
I think it's a solid start to this wing.
I find
it kind of boring.
Yeah, I agree.
It's probably a C for me.
I'm accepting of that.
I'm feeling B.
So what are we doing? C, Mela?
C.
Okay, so it's a C. I go C as well. I find this to be a very middle of the road thing. Also hate the arena. Hate it there. Hate every second in the world of darkness.
I didn't mind the arena.
I hate it.
Reimagining.
Also, all gear from this series, bangers. All of it.
Yeah, the gear was nice.
That's true. Wait. Yes.
I don't like the default colors of it. I like the dyeing. I think it's much better when you can dye it.
The fending one for what's it called? The second tier, second wing. That's really good. Like that.
Okay.
Shadowkeeper,
Litany.
the big dog. The shit fight.
Oh,
yeah,
puppy.
This is the weakest fight of the tier.
You don't like this?
Nope.
No.
Like this tied into
it has one mechanic. It will shoot in a direction and sometimes.
Oh yeah, just because it ties into the story doesn't make it a good fight, Rollo.
I mean, the normal version was boring, yeah, but like I think the Savage one was pretty good. Also, it's Japanese. Thank you.
Oh.
Sure.
Oh.
No, it's not for me.
It doesn't really matter because it's not going to have tech stuff.
This fight was poo-poo.
Funny
this
dog.
fight, yeah, we've talked about how we're not big fans of this fight before, I believe, while we did it recently.
We have. Yeah, we did.
It's
unmemorable to me.
Yeah.
Really boring, yeah. Maybe
also
the Savage
think
was decent, I can't remember, but...
I find the color scheme, like, contrast between what you're fighting and the arena you're in really, like, discordant as well.
Yeah.
There was a level of ugliness to the purple, white, gold, and black, yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
And then the weird edge of the arena being... It's live.
It feels like padding.
I appreciate its story relevance. I like that it's, like, not dealing as much with green and brown.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Plus, when she does her shadow, like you can see there, it's just her as a shadow.
Yeah.
Which is it's really cool. There's lots of cool presentation. It's like, oh, these are what Ardbear and his crew fought. It's cool, kind of reliving that memory.
But the mechanics themselves aren't that.
There's only one.
Yeah, there's that.
They're boring in normal, but I think in Savage
they
it's
were
one of those things
a little bit different in Savage.
Yes, but
they tuned it down too much for for normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly so. I don't know, CD.
Oh yeah,
it's a C for me.
Down.
I like it. B.
It averages to a C unless you're giving it a B.
It'll be a C. Okay.
Oh fuck.
It's time.
Oh,
is this Tancred?
Yeah, baby. He calls you
this
a
is
whore.
Tancred.
I cannot remember anything from this fight.
Really? I really like this fight. This is the best fight of the tier.
When he says, "You're not going anywhere, whore."
That's right. He does the go in or go away for all of them.
Yeah.
And then he spawns the lightning and fire. Yeah, I remember this fight. There was almost no mechanics, but it was reasonably fun.
Really? There's almost no mechanics? No, I disagree with you. I think this is quite mechanic dense.
It's be mid or be away from mid.
I like this boss.
And if it's fire, go away from fire. If it's lightning, go away from lightning.
And also it has the he jumps away for the fog mechanic as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the design is so like it tells so much story just with
the design
very
itself. Cool.
Because you get the mix of Ranjit, a light warden, and Thancred, which makes sense with Reen's like mental state. Where I think a lot of people might disagree, but I don't think Thancred was a particularly good father figure in general for Reen, and I think kind of makes sense how she kind of projects that to mix with Ranjit a little bit. I like Thancred. I like how the story played out. I don't think he was a good father figure, and I think this kind of symbolizes it a little bit.
I think he was a flawed father figure. I don't know if I would go so far as to say he was a bad one.
He was thrust into the role.
Yeah.
Almost against his will, and he had the level of guilt because of how he felt about Minfilia.
Yeah.
And that she was the reincarnation or whatever, the Oracle of Light. He had the responsibility where he was almost forced to be her father figure, but
I don't think Thancred would have said that he was a great father figure to begin with.
No.
And a lot of the storyline was him struggling with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this represents that really well. Like I said,
Yeah.
with Reen conflating him with Ranjit.
I can see that. Yeah.
That's partly. I just don't like the fight very much. Or the arena, or the music.
I really like the music too.
Yeah, this is the place from the trailer too, where Reen is running away with Thancred. Like it's cool seeing that place again.
Yeah.
This is the resolution of the trailer moment.
Yeah.
And CD.
Really?
I think D is way too low.
You're such a hater.
You're such a little hater.
Well,
that's fine. I like to be a hater.
That's how it felt, Rollo, when we were in Coil. To be fair,
because Coil sucks dog.
Well,
Eden sucks dog.
You're not making a good argument here, Rollo.
No.
I'm sorry, it's not mechanically up to snuff anymore compared to all the cool shit we have now.
This was hard. If go away from the one in
the
high one or the
I don't know. Okay.
That was tough.
Well, sorry. What are we doing? Where are we in range? Mela is in CD.
You said A. I said CD.
Rollo.
I'm A.
Rollo said A.
Music's cool too.
So you have the.
It can't be an A or B. Oh, can it? Oh, it can. If I say A, it'll be an A.
It can. Yeah. If you say A, it will be an A.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not an A to you, then you can put it in.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out if it is an A.
Okay.
There's very few of the Eden fights I would consider for an A. Maybe
this will be the highest fight if you let it be an A.
I think I will give it that honor of being A.
Yeah.
We did it. We're winning.
I don't know what that means. Winning.
Winning.
All right. Winning. Oh God, remember that? That was a wild time. Fuck. He was so gone. All right.
Oh my God. Fuck this fight. This is the F. This is so.
This is your ass.
As soon as so ass. Terrible resolution.
You're gonna
cut
have
off the
to
Savage
talk about
transformation.
that a bit more.
Okay, first off, it just being the some of the primal remix mechanics, it being thrown in every once in a while, boring, right? Sucked. The big testicle ox monster feels like it has no relevance to Eden, Gaia, Reen, or anything,
It's
right?
not meant to have any relevance to them.
No, it does. It's because it's Artemis, Rollo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. It wasn't about her. It was about like Reed and Gaia and to an extent.
Yeah, but that's who Gaia is.
She's not her anymore.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because that's what she's being forced into. She's being forced into something she's not. That's the fight.
I don't think it's good. It's bad.
I mean, again, any chance for you to also agree that Eni's shit, I will happily agree with. But this was actually a decent fight, especially the Savage.
This is what we held today. The F for?
I'm so like I kind of suspected this is where he was going once it wasn't some of the earlier ones I suspected, but I still think it's kind of crazy how
it's
down
so bad.
He is on it.
This is for me the equivalent of you saying the airy purple equals good 10 out of 10 just because you for some reason like detest this fight that you're giving it.
No. Because it ruins Eden's story. Like, this is the most...
Eden's story, Rollo, was unsalvageable. It was dross. It was the worst storyline we've had in this game.
I was so invested in that story, you can tell.
Why were you so invested in it? It's not good.
No, because you can see the...
reading some sort of teenage vampire romance flick. It was shit.
Because you can see the potential of it being good in Savage. With what they do with it, with the transformation, it makes sense. And it goes back, right? And it's like, oh... could have been good. Why was this not in normal in the story mode? Why do you have to fucking go through the Savage to see the resolution that should have been? Like, oh, it's just the imagination where fucking Gaia actually uses all the cool shit from 8, as well as all the other cool skills that she did, instead of just fucking this testicle bull monster. No, terrible, dog shit. I hate it so much.
Okay. I agree with you that the Oracle of Darkness should have been in the normal.
Yeah, I agree
but I don't agree with you that this form that she has right now is completely irrelevant. I just think that it should have been. I think it should have been augmented with the Oracle of Darkness.
I also actually quite like the different joinings of the primals, like having to combine Ramu with like Leviathan or whatever. I like that. And seeing as we were doing the Savage version today, I like the extras they did with the Junction Titan Chief on that. I like the Oracle of Darkness mechanics.
I love that junctioning and stocking like skills as a mechanic in this fight. I think that's a really cool way to implement 8 into this fight.
If this was your F, I'm super surprised.
Yeah.
Like I said, it ruins it for me. It could have been
glad.
so
Do you know
great.
what, Rolla? I'm glad. I love
there
that.
There are two things in this fight that I don't like. One, you can't predict what the primal AoEs are going to be until they happen on a first run. I think that's really annoying. And two, I'm surprised we haven't brought this up. The middle phase is way too long.
Yes.
Yeah, when you're going around the islands.
Yeah.
That brings it down for me too, because I just if it was half as long, it would like this phase, right? Maybe you get back to the fucking stuff quicker. You have the Oracle of Darkness transformation loaded with more of the Junction shit. It could have been amazing. The potential was all there, and they fumbled so hard, which is what makes me fucking hate it.
Good. Yeah, I love that.
What the fuck?
Where would you put it?
This could have been a slam dunk.
This is so crazy. I think the scariest part is that I think that we are probably going to be the highest on this fight.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're even that high on it.
No.
I mean...
What? Okay, so Rollo said it's an F. Mailer.
F.
What do you say it is, Mailer?
So close to greatness, but the fumble.
Well,
He's heated. You can hear him warming up.
Yeah.
Every opinion I've had in this would be... Thanks, Kay.
Thank you.
25.
Thank you.
Every opinion I have in this would be... what's the way to say it? That it would lose its value. It would lose its credibility. Right. If I was to agree with... if I was to put this any lower than turn 3 coil. So I can't in good conscience put it lower than turn 3 coil.
I agree.
I genuinely believe that this fight, especially the Savage version, was decent. But this normal version, too long. I would probably put this at a D.
Okay.
Maybe even a C.
Oh, alright.
Well, much higher than it seemed like you were going.
Yeah.
No, I just love that Rollo hated it. I was lapping it up.
Listen, Mayla's saying that as a hater. Oh. I'm saying this as a lover of Eden, right?
That's fine. They're just two sides of the same coin, Ronald. Love and hate.
What does this make me think of? It makes me think of like when a series ends and like people like are very divided on it, like Game of Thrones. Well, no, because people weren't divided on Game of Thrones. People actively just disliked it.
Yeah.
Friends. How do people feel about the last episode? I don't know.
I just remember like the feeling of like emptiness after, like that's it, and just like this sucked. It was bad.
Good.
This is a core memory for Rollo.
Yeah,
it scarred him for life.
Again, I will never forgive them for what they've done.
I think
apologize to me.
I think it's just like okay. I think it's a C.
It's lower mid.
As a finale, you think it's okay?
I don't know. Most finales we put higher up. We put them at, A.
Yeah, C is pretty bad for a finale for us.
Yeah.
And it's the finale
just because we're
the worst one.
We aren't in the sewer like you are, but we are still very low on this.
We didn't clutch our pearls as hard as you did at the end of this raid
I hope it's
series.
not a hot take to say that Eden's one of the weaker raid series. I mean, that seems like a correct opinion.
That's a hot take.
No.
Maybe some people prefer Eden over like Omega or Alexander. Fine, you can have what you want, but it's definitely not top tier. So
I agree with Mela. I think the only tier in Eden that I really like is the middle tier. C is where I would put this myself.
So we have a C, we have two C's, a D, and an F.
And an F.
Which will pull it down.
Who said D?
Mela?
Who said D?
I said C or D.
Oh, you said C or D. You have to pick one.
I would be happy. C, because I don't think it's as bad as Ramu.
3 C's and an F.
So it's probably a D.
It'll be a D then, yeah.
But that's fine for me. It's not that good anyway.
That's fine for me.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it to be a D.
Yeah.
I would personally have it as a C.
So
I would never have it an F. I think an F is absurd. At least in this current format, an F would be absurd.
Yeah.
If you moved everything in E to F, I couldn't. Even then, it's not that bad.
No.
But it can never be lower than the ones that are currently in E.
So the F tier is now free to use again. We've passed Rollo's F tier. We can use it now.
We've passed the F tier test.
Yeah.
I might put one from Abyssos in there. I don't know.
Well, you can't reserve the F.
Yeah, like everyone has a chance to talk about the F.
Yeah. Now the F is back on the table.
I think once we finish Pandemonium, we can quickly go through and see if there's any that we can collectively quickly vote to see if they need to go up or down a tier.
Yeah. I definitely have opinions on a few.
All right.
Yeah, I think there are some that need to go down at the very least.
At the very least, I agree with that. There are, I'll always champion some higher, but whatever.
All right. It's
there are some that I'd champion higher, but I don't think I'm getting what I want.
That's true. Yeah. All right. Hang on. No, these are in the wrong order. I've put them all in the wrong order. So we're starting with Eric Thonios.
My boy Eric.
Yeah.
Now we can have very strong opinions on all of Pandemonium, pretty much, because we've
except for the most recent year, because we haven't done all of it.
Yeah, thanks, Val.
Yeah.
Eric Thonios was. I'm joking, Valerie. This was a good, strong introduction raid. Normal mode, nothing to write home about. It was fun. Savage mode was a reasonably well-designed dance. It didn't take us too long, but it had enough to get me. Like Shining Cells was well-designed, where you had to have one person stand on the opposite corner and stuff to make sure no one took the damage. Having to stand on certain sides for the flail, it wasn't super in-depth, but it was cool.
No.
I like Eric Thonios for the most part.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a solid intro. I think we were pretty good on this when we first came out, even. It was an interesting concept.
The tank buster changes. Oh, hang on, wait.
Now, I will
Was this the one with the 9 squares with the coloured crystals on it?
Yes, it is, yeah.
That was a really good mechanic!
But now I have to just remember that we have to be careful so we don't have recency bias, because I know we're going to be way higher on
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, Lakil, I'm ready here. I'm here and ready to put it at C.
Okay.
So don't worry about recency bias for me.
Yeah.
The thing where you had to coordinate your positions to kill the blocks as well was really well designed.
Yeah.
What else was there? I think that was the main things. Oh, Fourfold Shackle. Remember that? That was really good.
That one was alright.
Fourfold Shackle is a fun mechanic.
That was really decently designed. It had a lot of, it's a very tight mechanic. I am fully accepting of anything in between a C or a B for Ericthonius.
Yeah, I think that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Especially with what comes later.
I'm not even looking at any of the others that are in there now.
I don't think it's a B. I think it's a C.
That's fair.
The issue is that I don't think, except maybe Fourfold Shackle.
Oh, that was such a good mechanic.
I don't really feel as if any of the mechanics, even on Savage, are that original. I feel like it's just reformatting things we've experienced before and then putting in an interesting, decent, but not exciting dance.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
C's fine then.
Yeah.
To be honest, normal really pulls it down. I think the normal is pretty boring.
Normal is boring.
Yeah. Okay. C.
Okay.
Is where we land on Ericthonius. Okay. The next one
Hippocampus.
is the second. Oh fuck.
This one was an absolutely incredible fight, in my opinion. The arena shifting between a full flat surface and then having the 4 connected bridge and squares. All of the different mechanics that were in Savage were fantastic design. The limit cut rush thing, the puddles where you had to put them in the specific spots, the standing in 2 groups within the corners mechanic.
Yeah.
I think this was the highlight of the tier.
Yeah.
I really liked how they designed this fight.
I would say it's the highlight of the tier. I think the fourth circle is.
I think the fourth circle is a better fight.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I like this one though. I do like the sewer grade stuff. I think it's fun.
I think this one has way too much additional unit.
What's wrong with you? Oh, sound.
Second circle team OST, no sound. Well, I guess I'll just play this one. See, Cafe, you won in the end.
You won.
You won. So.
But I think it suffers from. I think the arena and the boss suffer from being very. The boss is feels very generic, very unexciting, and the arena itself is very ugly. But
sorry, I'm just this video is a lot. Sorry, go on, continue.
But I do agree that mechanically it's very interesting. Even on normal, I think it's quite fun.
On normal, it's fine, but on
I think on normal it suffers.
Go on.
I was just gonna say on normal, I think it suffers from being too long.
Yeah, possibly, but it's not the biggest offender for that in this tier. I think some the arrows was so well designed, especially when the water's up. It was just, I don't know, there was something about this fight that I felt was just really tightly designed.
Yeah.
Having to slam into each other is fun.
Yeah.
Go on.
I think the thing a lot with this wing in particular is that it's a very solid intro overall. There was nothing really super bad.
Yeah.
Which was I feel like it's rare for all of them to be from all right to goodish.
Yeah, this was a really solid. I mean, Pandemonium in general, I'm pretty hype on, and that's not just recency bias. I think they're all well-designed fights, but for me, genuinely, I would put this at an A.
I go B.
I'd put it at a B.
B. Yeah, I think it's a B too.
I think
it's good. It's a B+.
I think Pandemonium is the most consistent raid series we've ever had.
Oh yeah,
very strong.
Yes. Okay, so that's that sorted. Next is the third circle.
Points. Good memories?
No, I had
good memories, everyone?
No.
I love being blinded.
Yeah.
Good memories of being in orange hell.
The this is one of the stinkers of
even on Savage it suffers because the entire first phase is very unfun and you have to get through it every time to get to the interesting part of the Savage fight.
Yeah, the ad phase was quite well designed, but difficult and annoying. The final phase was fantastically well designed, but like Yogi says, the first phase was horrendous. And every time we were there for like 3-4, we were there for so long, so many months of Voynix. It was hell.
Just seeing it again is.
Oh my god, I feel.
I mean, we had remember we did. That was another time we had a month-long break, but this
we did have a long break. That is true. Yeah, that's true.
This is I hate looking at it. Like it hurts my eyes.
Yeah.
Why they
it hurts. Yeah, it's very painful to see.
Yeah.
Like
why does it have 3 heads?
Who knows why it has 3 heads? But
mechanically, I know why it has 3 heads. There are mechanics that utilize them.
Yes.
But why does it have 3 heads?
He just thought it'd be cool if the chicken had 3 heads.
Yeah.
I will say though, despite it being hell, it's actually the Savage version is actually an incredibly well designed fight.
Is it? No, I think it's way too back-ended.
Well, I will say the back end is the best part of it. Maybe it was maybe the pacing was wrong, but the mechanics were beautiful. All these different the Dead Reaper thing, or like the little faces that you had to face away from the party and sometimes had to face in or whatever, and you had to get hit by them. And there's so many little bits to it. It had so many mechanics.
I mean, the other issue though is that like normal. The other issue with normal that this normal has over Eric, that makes it worse, is that not only is it a little bit boring, it's also long.
Oh, it's too long.
Yeah.
It repeats the mechanics after about like the first 3 minutes, and then goes on for another like 15. It's horrendous. I do not like the normal version of this.
This is one of the weakest of Pandemonium.
Overall.
Fully.
And it was infuriating to get me stuck on it as well, like we were, because we.
But it felt good to beat it.
Yeah, but that's every fight that you're stuck on. You can't give that just to.
But props to us though, for even after, because we beat this after we could have just skipped to Hesperos. But we stuck with it.
That's true.
And so we have that, arrow to our cap.
For those that don't know, Mailer is making a very specific reference to a very specific person, which is very unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll always have that.
This is a C.
I think the Savage even though it was horrible, I think genuinely it was really well designed, so I'd also agree with this C.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not offensive.
Colorblind hell, though.
But,
really offensive to colorblind users.
Oh, yeah. If you play 14, you're colorblind, God hates you.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen?
Modes, but this doesn't help. This, unfortunately,
is it going to turn all the orange to purple? Like, it's not going to help.
No, it's not. Sometimes the visuals in this game need a second set of eyes.
That's the difficulty of game making in general, I think. It is hard to do that.
It's time for
Mr. Vim Potter.
Oh. It was a good fight, but for me, he's under Hippocampus. I know you'll probably think he's better than Hippocampus. I liked the four elemental mechanic for the most part.
Yeah.
Pinax. But...
I liked him dashing around the arena, and you have to figure out whether you get close or get far away from him.
It reminded me a lot of Kefka's stuff when he dashed around the arena, or he teleported.
Yeah.
I think he had too few mechanics in normal mode because he repeats quite a bit too. I think the Savage probably was decent, but we never got around to doing him in the end. We had it go, but we never finished it.
Oh yeah, we never did. Oh yeah, you're right.
No, we never finished it.
We got in there. We did some. We just didn't finish it.
Right.
He has the splashes and the clouds, the splashes that you can't take if you're certain rolls, and the clouds that you have to burst that you can't take if you're certain rolls.
Oh yeah, there's the capes which are like have very nice animations for some reason.
They did have very nice animations, and my computer at the time did not like them.
Oh really? Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that. They did. I mean, it was just an animation, but it was a good one.
It's a little out of pocket though with the vampire thing, especially with what comes later and what the story ends up being about.
Yeah.
It's weird to be like, and then this guy turned into a vampire.
Yeah. His storyline was a bit out there and a bit unusual.
Yeah.
And also, remember that like brief, like that month or so before official looks came out, like, oh yeah, wild freaks.
Yeah.
When it was Wild Shrieks.
Wild
Freaks.
Yeah.
It's Wild Freaks.
Yeah, the music is very good as well.
The music's pretty fun. Yeah, it's a decent end to the tier. I'd probably put it at a C. Just because I like the amplifier.
I'd go with B.
B is acceptable for me.
Yeah,
you pretty much have control to put it wherever you want, Lakil, between A and C.
No, I'll. I think it'll be a B. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first tier is a Castlevania reference, the second tier is Resident Evil, and then the third tier is like
actually trying to get back to the storyline.
Silent Hill.
yeah. The moth woman.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Proto Carbuncle.
Well, we
very strong memories of this.
We're in Abyssos, the 5th. Sorry, we're still, huh? Yeah, 5th. Yeah, it's correct.
This is Abyssos. Yeah, this is the 5th circle.
The 5th circle.
Not the 5th circle of Abyssos. It's the
No,
first
it is the
circle of Abyssos. It's the 5th circle of Pandemonium. Right?
No.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, I think they're called the 5th circles.
No, look, here's the title card. There you go.
No, I know, but
the 5th circle. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's the 5th.
No, it's annoying
because
because
the circle of the Abyssos technically, but it's the 5th circle.
Oh, I'm to the first.
Yeah.
Of Pandemonium.
It's irritating because the numbering scheme is not the same. How it uses turns, it resets the turns for Coil and the version numbers for Omega, but not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
Yeah.
This was once again an absolutely incredible intro fight to the tier, and the fact that Savage skips the cage bit.
Yeah.
I adored that I can't remember the name of that mechanic. You know, the one where it goes where you had to follow him around in a circle, and you guys just kept sucking at it so hard. That was great.
The overkill mechanic?
Devour.
Yeah.
And excuse
God,
me,
that was great.
It was not us.
We don't circle people. Okay. Yeah.
But
Don't
it was a
circle
really
people out.
Don't circle
it was a
people
really
out.
good fight. It was really well designed. The cluster mechanics, all the different types of Topaz cluster were good. You know, 4-way intersection, all our classic calls. I liked doing this raid. I really enjoyed it.
I mean, I like the cinematic part of it in the normal mode as well.
Yeah.
I like that he breaks the cage in normal. That's a very fun part of the fight.
Yeah.
Also, this is what Carbuncle was? This is terrifying to learn.
Yeah.
That's Proto Carbuncle. Yeah, they made that before. It was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this
was
is
like,
non-cute Carbuncle.
You guys are fucked up, huh? In the old world.
Yeah.
You guys are demons.
I
I love my evil baby. I love the overkill animation where he fucking eats you alive for like 30 seconds.
Devour is a cool mechanic.
It was very enjoyable.
Devour is a cool but also cruel mechanic because you get hit by it, but you're actually alive for quite a while before you are guaranteed to die.
Yeah.
It is needlessly punishing, but
it lets you
funny.
sit there and contemplate.
Well,
So everyone can see that you fucked up. Okay, so where are we landing on this one? I'm assuming it's...
I want to say A.
I also agree with A, so yeah.
Well,
I was really, really impressed with this fight.
Yeah,
It's a really low one. It's probably going to be an A.
This song's good. It gets better with the vocals too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I love the way they progressed through this one.
Yeah.
Through like all of Pandemonium.
Okay. That was Proto Carbuncle, the 5th circle. Now we're in the 6th circle.
Hegemony.
Yeah.
You remember, Lukiel?
Boy, do I.
Which part?
You remember,
Oh, this music, even.
not Chorus, Ixu.
Oh.
Cachexia.
Cachexia.
You remember
Cachexia.
Cachexia. Fucking amazing mechanic.
Who cares? No one fucking knows how to do the second one.
No.
Everyone just fucking tank limit breaks through.
Yeah.
Even our raid group couldn't be bothered to try and learn when we learned you could just tank LB it.
No.
But this was a good fight again.
The music is such a banger.
It is very good.
Yeah.
I love this fight because it's both like very mechanically dense. Even on normal, it's quite mechanically dense before it repeats. But also, it's not long.
Right. No,
it's quite a
It was
short
way
fight.
quicker than Carbuncle.
Yeah.
It is.
Like, quite significant.
Carbuncle was like, I feel like a significantly longer fight in general.
Probably the longest, maybe except for the last one, but yeah, Carbuncle was mega long. I'm a little down on the normal mode compared to how good Savage was, but I'll include both.
Is Cachexia in?
Not
No,
really.
Cachexia is not normal.
Right.
There was some parts. There was the polyominoid stuff.
Polyominoid Sigma.
Yeah, where you had to face. I think you still had to face the things and stun them or whatever in normal. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing
Maybe
to
you
stun in
Don't
normal.
remember the normal
I
at
don't
all.
No.
Normal was a bit weak.
Normal only has the version where you have to look away. They
Oh,
only
okay.
had the one where you have to face towards it in Savage. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Other than that, I had some nice little little bits and bobs with the Dark Ashes, and some of the tank mechanics were quite decent in this one.
Yeah. All right.
I'm a fan. I would also
gonna
be
be-
okay with it.
Ooh, Rollo.
Rollo?
Oh,
Oh, you're
sorry,
right.
hold on.
Oh, yeah, it's all happening. There's a mic quality change. Well, while he's doing that,
I agree
Scores.
with Georgi
I'm
at
a-
B.
I'm at a B.
yeah,
I could accept it being at an A, but I think it's going to average out to a B.
I think B is
Yeah.
fine for it. Well,
Is that better?
there you go.
Oh,
You're back.
well, yeah, good
yeah,
job.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're
gonna
about to
say
land
A,
on a
Ronan?
B, but what do you?
I was feeling A.
Okay,
It's still a B.
it's still a B,
it's
but
nice
that's
to be
okay.
recognized.
Noted.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
Agdistis.
Yeah.
This is a
Free.
good fight. I love how the arena changes.
Yeah,
It's so unique in the modern game.
yeah. It's for the exact reason I
Oh,
love
the triangle, the
Hippocampus.
circles.
I love the arena for this one as well. Again, Savage. Really nicely designed fight. So many difficult parts in the last phase with all the different harvests. Oof.
Yeah.
But we did it. It was, and the thing where you have the tanks and healers stand for the light and everyone's supposed for the wind, and it's
I mean,
a really
on
hard fight.
normal, I think it's even on normal, it's quite punishing because there are moments. I don't think it does. Or maybe it does on Savage. I can't quite remember, but there's definitely moments in normal where like it'll do 2 raid wides with a bleed in a row, which is quite unusual in terms of like the punishingness of how much healing is necessary for a normal mode.
Yeah, Spark of Life was hell.
Yeah.
This is one of the weaker boss designs. First, I didn't think it was very interesting.
That's fair.
Really? I like that it's this weird persona. It has these weird persona-like enemies hanging around it.
Yeah, I don't know.
The ad things were a bit weird. They felt very out of place in terms of like why was there this big like bull spawn, like a big cow? But I think the mechanics were so well designed. The fact that you were like always moving was refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a perfectly strong B for me.
Oh, really? I have to put an A.
I'd go C even.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't particularly enjoy this one. I didn't really, compared to the rest too. I feel like this is just one of the weaker ones.
I mean, once again, you have control of where it lands the kill breakers between A and C.
Because now I'm very
You have an A,
worried.
B, and a C.
I am worried that because this is so recent, I feel more positive about it. Because we are putting them, all of these, very high now. I am noticing a pattern in our.
Well,
voting.
I mean,
I think it's a really strong raid series.
It is a strong
I
raid
don't
series.
think-
Yeah.
I don't think that's a recency biased opinion. I think
No,
that's a
I don't-
well observed community opinion.
Yeah, I don't think that's that crazy. I think like
Isn't this,
even
like,
with
the raid
Eden, as
that
it was,
got a lot of critique for it being too formulaic.
I think that might have been the last tier.
Oh, the last tier. Oh yeah.
Because I think that I mean, maybe it could be a bit formulaic, but I think this is the most consistent raid tier or raid overall.
Yeah.
Like I think there is much more like dips in quality in both story and in like fight style or the way the fights work out in Eden and Omega.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Think about the storyline for this one, Nikhil. It was literally finding about like a La Habrea origin story.
I am just
Eric Thonius turning out to be his son. And
I'm just being our checks and balances so that we just
you should be absolutely.
Don't.
Yeah, I'm checking you right now. I think it's a C.
All right. Well, you think it's a C. I placed it in B.
Yeah.
But, all right. 8th circle. So this is what's his name?
Hephaestus.
I don't particularly like this fight that much.
I don't love this fight either.
I think it's a bit boring. Normal mode especially is quite boring. This is the one where basically it has the phoenixes that are either you have to avoid them going across the arena or go in the middle or whatever. We dipped our toes into Savage. It felt like it was going to be, slightly decent, like a little fun, but definitely not as fun as some of the earlier ones in this tier.
This one really suffers too from having its transformation hidden behind Savage. I think it's a very cool transformation. It's also a very thematic one too, with the Resident Evil style monster, especially with the kind of the body horror we got for some of the last two. So it's weird that you just don't get that here. It's I don't know.
Phase 2 Savage was quite good. I mean, again, the amount of notes for the Savage version of this is incredible. It would have been a good fight. But
we know this is La Habrea too at this point, right? Like this is his evilness or something like that.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We learned that in Proto Carbuncle.
Okay.
Okay, we need to place it, boys.
C, lack of transformation.
D.
Interesting.
But if we'd gone on to phase 2 of Savage, my god. There's like 1,000 different buffs we'd have had to learn. I'm glad we didn't get there, to be honest. It looks horrible.
That transformation is really cool, though.
It looks amazing.
Well, I guess we'll land on C.
But yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
Cocky Toes.
Cocky Toes.
We're now on the last.
I've got very strong negative emotions associated with this, but that's only recency bias.
Yes. This even the music.
Oh god, fuck off. Just made me feel quite negative.
Actually, do you like the music?
To a lot of people.
This fight
I really like the music, but I've been in here forever, Rollo.
This fight.
Mela, stop bullying your raid members.
Yeah.
No. I love it.
This raid brought back Limit Cut.
Yes. It's actually a really well designed. Well, no, it's a quite well designed Limit Cut, but it's fun. I like executing it perfectly. We've done this fight now.
I think the first Limit Cut is better designed than the second one.
Oh, the second one's shit, but the first one's really good. But other than that, the mechanics, the early mechanics of this fight, especially in Savage, are decent but not amazing. I think the Behemoth phase is quite well designed.
Yeah,
but it doesn't stick around for very long.
I'm a big fan of the discordant audio or vocals.
Oh
in this.
Yeah, I agree.
The
arena's very cool too.
Arena's cool. Music's fine.
Arena's cool. Yeah, music's good.
I'm still a little confused as to the relevancy of this boss.
It just eats
in the story.
It just loves sucking on the ether.
Yeah.
It's just something that is. It's honestly just something that escaped from Pandemonium, really.
Yeah.
It
has the level of story relevance as like Chaos in Omega Scape.
It was just to make the fight. Honestly, I'd have much preferred it to be some weird, ancient entity that had appeared and started sucking ether, but it was just a Pandemonium mob.
I don't know. You could have done something cool with it. It just feels like it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. I don't think this is the strongest entry. I think the Ericthonius and Protocopia are way better than this guy, so I'm like CD
Yeah.
maybe.
Really? I think this is better than Eric. This is a B for me.
Actually, maybe a little better than Eric, but definitely not better than Proto. Or maybe a C overall.
Yeah, I'm good with C. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
It's not offensive.
I like the music, but yeah, no, it's a C. It's a C. All right. 3 more.
Pandemonium.
Next is 10th, which is just
Pandemonium itself.
Yeah.
The big horrible spider.
It's him.
It's actually horrendous.
It's Metal Face from Xenoblade.
Yeah,
it's a
really horrible design,
like
isn't it?
Pus.
Yeah,
Everything's
disgusting.
Oh. It's like it is
everything's
like
for mother.
Why is it gone?
We've not dipped our toes into this yet. We'll do that next week in Savage. But normal mode. I liked the reintroduction of the web mechanic thing. That was in like Arachnaive, but it's been enhanced.
Yeah.
I like the having to go onto the other platforms, although I think that's probably bigger in Savage than it is in normal.
Absolutely.
So cool arena gets a little bit of a plus. Other than that, though, it doesn't have a huge amount of mechanics. Especially
really?
in normal.
I think it actually has quite a decent amount of mechanics.
It doesn't seem like it has too many from my... I mean, there's a couple of things here and there. I like the thing where it starts going mad and hitting the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't start repeating mechanics until that, and you're not normally hitting that around the like 1/4 health left mark.
Maybe. I don't know. It has
I think
some...
the boss is cool.
Yeah, the boss design is very good.
The design is great.
The arena's a bit depressing, but it's at least a unique shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the arena saves it the most. I don't really like the boss design. I think it's very strange.
It's really weird.
I like how strange it is for this game. I appreciate that it's really quite different from anything we've had before. In fact, I don't think it shares a model with anything we've had in this game, at least as far as I can recognize.
No.
Yeah, it is very unique.
But it feels a little gimmicky, not a fun way to fight. Like, oh, now you're fighting the jail. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what bothers me. This could have been such a great opportunity for them to introduce like Proto Alexander, and that's what everyone thought it was. Well, everyone, I say, but a lot of people thought it was.
We definitely raised it because of how it looks. It has the cities on it, like the city-looking things on its legs.
And there was time magic involved in this whole storyline. There was so much.
I think they missed a trick by not making him Alexander.
Yeah. Well, I think
also
Hell House
as well was a good one.
I think that's an issue of people getting their hopes up too much. Like, I feel like it's not that weird that my point is that it's not that weird because like in every other tier you fight the manifestation of what the tier is. Like you fight Omega, you fight Eden, you fight Alexander, you fight Bahamut, you fight all these things before. You fight but like a version of themselves.
Entities though, whereas Pandemonium is a building.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're also alluded to and built up.
Technically, so is Alexander.
We're like primal though. Yeah.
Yeah. And like they build up to it a lot more in those fights, and here it just feels like, okay, we got to get to what's going on. The Pandemonium's here, and the present, and the live stream. That's bad. Okay, fight this thing that escaped from Pandemonium. Okay, now fight Pandemonium. Okay, it doesn't feel particularly satisfying narratively, I would say.
I think I would have liked it if it was an Alexander reference, because I don't think any of its mechanics... I don't really want to I feel like mechanically it's so different, and I feel like if they made it an Alexander reference, it would end up borrowing a lot of mechanics that you already see again in the twinning.
That's partial. Yeah, that is fair. That's a fair point. I think it's just weird that it's... Apparently this dungeon personifies as a spider. A metal spider.
Well, no, that's how. I mean, that's how Athena chooses to personify it. I mean, look at what she is. She's like some sort of moth woman. Is it that strange that like she's manifested like this is some sort of like?
Yeah, but she's like an alien
insect as well.
Yeah, maybe.
She's got an alien rock. Like I said, if there was more build up, look, she had the alien rock.
Right.
If there was more build up to like, if like Pandemonium itself was more present instead of just something you go into in the past occasionally, I'd be more okay with this in terms of design. But otherwise, it feels a little out of left field.
Yeah, it seems it was from going into doing the dungeon to suddenly fighting a weird escaped like ether sucker, and then straight into just fighting the actual dungeon, even though it's led us in previously every other time. It is a bit out there. I like the fight though.
She actively brought it to life. Of course, it's not going to let you in because the story-wise, it's explained as she brings it to life. It was not alive before.
You could do something with that if you really want. You'd be like, oh, like I don't know, La Habrea created it as like an entity or a creation which is like dormantly alive or something.
Athena
like
made it.
Well, see,
she could make it more even. I don't know.
Yeah, it just. But I mean,
just so you have it in your mind that it's like something that is alive, or
in
like
Final
has
Fantasy
some kind of.
IX, where Alexander was like a big deal, he was the castle all along.
Yeah, but then he suddenly popped up. But the Alexandrian royalty knew that, I'm sure. It was that was the secret, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a secret. I don't remember who knew. But it was a very well.
But I think the royal would have known.
Well, Garnet didn't know, did she?
Yeah, but Garnet's wayward.
No, I don't think we do.
Just wayward.
Well, no, it's not. No, it's not that. Okay, well, I'm not getting distracted.
No, we're getting stuck in discussion.
And I'd probably put this at like a B or a C.
I'm feeling C.
Okay.
Again, not offensive. I just wasn't particularly a fan. Look at that heal check. Ouchie.
Yeah.
The heal check's worth it.
Okay, so sorry.
Looking forward to watching Georgi and Lukiel deal with that.
Are we looking at a C? Is that where we're going?
Georgi said A, I said C, B, Rollo said C, so it's currently averaging out to a B. You pick.
I just don't think it's a C. I think it's better than that.
I like his design. I think the design is gross, but in like a good way. I think it's because it's unlike anything we've seen. So for that I'll put it on B. I'm sorry. All right.
I need to apologize. I'm fine with that too.
We're going. No, I'm saying
final stretch.
Chat. I was apologizing to chat.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, okay.
10th.
Themis. Now I'm not a little Themis fanboy.
Okay.
Get us the mussy.
And a lot of people after us the mussy, so I'll be super high on this. I thought it was a reasonable fight, but not.
With his Patrick Stewart voice.
I don't think it's a particularly exciting fight.
No.
I think it's much more fun. I think what raises up for me is its meaningfulness. And also how it sort of like how it plays out in terms of the whole storyline with that final cutscene with Themis as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree that the main focus for this is how important it is to be fighting Themis. But outside of that, his fight is just the like dark mechanic for the whole thing in normal. Maybe Savage is better, but I really think it's just repetitive and a very weak 11th.
And I've said this before. Yes.
I was gonna say I have to give him some credit for holding back on bringing back Warrior of Light mechanics, because I thought they were just gonna go straight for that.
That's fair.
They give him his own transformation, but some other skills that are like others, but not his Warrior of Light style.
Even then, some people have drawn comparisons in the design between what Themis actually looks like, his true form, and his Warrior of Light form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's some nods to each other, but I don't know. I feel they could have done a bit of a stronger job with him.
Getting a remix of like the Amarok theme again as well, like a hopeful, uplifting version for like what is supposed to be like as much as like Athena is manipulating him, it's also like this is what he wanted. He wanted to have just like a fight with us.
The music's very good.
Nah, don't say that. I mean, you're
the
right.
arena's so cool as well.
The arena's cool. I
You're
think
fighting
the mechanics just let it down on normal mode.
Oh yeah, it is a complicated. I think they have their little symbols on the chairs, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
No, I looked it up. They don't seem to have their own
they don't.
symbols. I was disappointed.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
They were so close.
Yeah, I really like this fight. I think this is one of the standout ones. I like the mechanics actually. I mean, they're simple, normal. For Rising and Savage, they seem interesting too. I would say this one's S.
What?
Ooh, okay. Oh, I'm not that high. I mean, I love this fight. I'm not that high. I think it's an A.
I think it's good.
Probably B it, personally. But mostly because it's very repetitive in the actual fight. Maybe the Savage is a lot more enjoyable. Maybe that would push it up when we ever get to it. But my understanding, I know the music is nice. The location's nice.
So male is
the fight's
B,
a bit too simple.
Rolo's
B,
S, Fury's A. Unless I go C, I think A is where we would land.
I mean, if you go B, it ends as a B as well.
You have the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can put it in all three, really.
This one is difficult again because it's like story relevance is high, the music is good, but the fight.
I like light and
to
dark
me,
mechanic.
I think the fight is a little meh.
Yeah, that's the trouble with it.
How much do I weigh the other stuff though?
I don't know.
I mean, it's Patrick Stewart. Keel, come on.
What?
It's Patrick Stewart.
Rollo claims that Themis sounds like Patrick Stewart.
Keel even agreed with me when I said that.
He was not thinking when he said yes.
Lukiel doesn't think.
When did you say this?
When we were reviewing it, I was like, oh yeah, not in this part, but like afterwards when we were talking to him and he's voiced, it sounds like Patrick Stewart, like young version.
Lukiel probably just wanted to move on with his life.
Yeah, I just wanted to get out of that one. Or maybe he did in that moment, in that specific moment.
He did.
Well,
you vehemently agreed.
maybe I
gaslighting him.
Okay, I don't know if I agreed that much. Okay, whatever.
He doesn't even know his own mind, Roller. Stop bullying him.
I'm putting it in B. I'm putting it in B.
It's COVID-addled brain. Can you remember Patrick Stewart? What the fuck?
Yeah. I will respond with this. Rollo, just for you.
Oh, okay. Am I getting a treat?
Yeah, you're getting a treat. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, we should have like a money pool for like whoever gets COVID last.
Right. We should.
Yeah, I mean, I've still not got it.
There are only two of us, and I don't think Lukiel and I would be interested in entering a pool we've already lost.
No.
A bit late for that.
Come on, Scout's honor.
No. Okay. Last one.
Athena, have you seen? Oh my god, have you seen the list of mechanics? The strategy for the sound of this? It looks messed up.
The beat do go off.
Yeah.
The music is so cool. It's so unique.
Yeah, the music here was good.
Yeah, it was like trance.
The fight was quite good.
Dance or something. Discotheque German club.
I feel like I might say discotheque, the German discotheque. Come along, Hans.
Yeah. God. Okay, so
it is really it's very unusual music. It's nice to have something out there.
Cool arena.
Makes sense. All the alien stuff.
I hate her obviously because she's a moth.
Yeah, she's a moth. Her design is, interesting.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
The arena is very unique in that it
breaks apart.
It's like
Byrogott.
Yeah, she turns them into mimics that try and eat you, and then they fall away.
Yeah.
The singing bit's really good in this as well. I like the singing.
I mean, if you read the lyrics as well, the cool thing about the lyrics is that they're versions of the lyrics from the previous songs in the tier, but they're rewritten to be from her perspective in sort of like a talking down at you kind of way.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, this one has a lot of mechanics, even in normal mode.
Normal mode's really fun.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Savage mode, the transition looks disgusting.
And honestly, one of the best things about this fight is for a final fight, it does not overstay its welcome. And maybe that's just because Eden's Promise Eternity, like, takes so much of your time against your will. But this, I think this is such a well-timed fight. Even though it doesn't start repeating mechanics quite a lot after the phase transition, it never feels like it lasts that long unless you're playing with really bad people.
Right.
Yeah, I think normal mode has the slightest touch too few mechanics. But like you say, it usually can be got through quick enough that it's not super annoying. My favorite part of this fight is when it's only 2 squares left, and it does the left, right, left, right. And if your tank's faced it the wrong way, it's over.
If your tank's a moron,
It's so over.
It's very funny. The chain thing where you have to follow the, I assume that on Savage that would be really cool.
Is there transformation for this one?
Yes.
No.
For Savage? Oh, no, for
Savage.
There's a Savage one. Yeah, it looks like Cucullin.
Right.
I'll post it in chat. You can obviously not click.
I thought it was more. Spoilers. I thought it was like kind of a transformation to represent like actual Ultima.
Yeah, it has Ultima with the high Seraph vibes, but it has Cucullin behind, but she's got them like thick moth mummy legs.
It has the little seraphs in the background too.
Yeah, and the rainbows for some reason. Which don't look right.
Paradise that she wants to create. She wants to become a god.
I think the rainbow's going to the ultraviolet spectrum, which is wild. As long as it's a good fight.
Yeah.
I think it's an absolute banger for an ending of this series. And obviously the storyline.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
yes, and A at least for A.
The storyline was consistent the entire time, like in terms of like quality, which was essentially unheard of. Until...
Yeah, and I love that they don't redeem her. I love that she's just allowed to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Up until the
final
moments.
That was 1 S and 2 A's. It's very unlikely it will be B or lower Likiel.
Yeah. So
unless you really don't like this.
Well, that's what we're balancing between right now.
Okay.
2 A's and an S.
More.
I always have massive respect for things that don't steal too much of my time, and it's why I like the 24-man raids. These have been such good 24-man raids. Expansion as well. Because you know what Shadowbringers did? As much as I love Shadowbringers, its raids did not respect my time.
Its raids didn't respect our humanity. It was just...
Shut up, Gary. Go to the puppy bunker and then see how you feel.
All right, we have...
Puppet's Bunker is the only one I kind of like, Roller.
We've done it.
We'll find out when we do the 24-man tier list after the last one. S for that one, wow.
It has ended up in S.
So,
we have 3 S's currently. Alexander, Omega, and now Athena.
Yes, can we start from the bottom quickly and see if there's any that need to be shifted? I think 2 and E need to be dropped down.
Yeah.
Turn 3 and Iconclasm.
Iconclasm to F.
Oh, really? I would have put Cuff of the Father on F.
Yeah, we know you would because you love Turn 3 so much, Gogi. We know what you're trying to do in the last minute.
No, I'm saying Turn... As much as I like Turn 3, for the purposes of how this list is tiered out, I would put Turn 3 and Cuff of the Father.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Cuff. Oh, Cuff it. Yeah, Cuff.
Cuff also, yeah.
I think as much as I don't like Iconclasm, in the fact that it does not respect my time, I still think it is a more
portal
mechanic.
Fight. Yeah, it has some.
Yes. Yes.
Coil Turn 2.
D.
E.
Which one was Turn 2 again?
Please remember that Rollo's going to try very hard now to pull all of Coil down.
No, I know, but I'm not going to say.
Oh, it's the ADS one.
His requests.
Just reminding everyone so we don't forget.
No, I know.
The ADS one.
I'd be fine dropping Turn 2.
ADS and Elegant Rot.
E.
No, he's talking about Turn 2.
Yeah, Turn 2 is ADS.
Yeah. Oh.
Turn 4.
Yeah, Turn 2 is
the elevator.
Elevator. For me, the elevator's worse than the
Really?
ADS one, probably. I think ADS has those cool extra mechanics where if you kill them, you lose. You know, you have to make a decision as to how many you're going to kill, how many you can kill, because it buffs the other ones. Whereas that in turn 4, it was just the elevator.
Either of them dropping. Because
if I was going to pull anything down from here, it'd be like Fulmination and maybe even Alteroid. And maybe one of the Alexanders, which is the...
Oh, Burden definitely is dropped to E for me as well.
Which one was Burden? Is that the one with the where you go in the tanks?
That's Cuff. Burden is the first one of Alexander.
Oh, the Oppressor.
Oppressor. Yes.
I don't think it deserves to be that low. No.
The D's fine for that maybe, but like I don't know.
Alteroid we can probably pull down to E.
I agree. Alteroid.
I'm fine with that. Remove can stay if he really has to. I think he's shit, but he maybe can stay. He's bad.
I think one of turn 2 or 4 needs to drop.
Yeah.
Eternity, put it in E.
I don't. No, I think Eternity is fine at B.
Are we at a complete impasse on these? I would say turn 4 go down.
I said either one. I'd be fine with either dropping. Fine. If you don't agree that turn 2 needs to drop, that's fine. It can stay where it is. But I think both of them, I'd be fine with both of them dropping.
Put turn 2 to there.
Okay, yeah, turn 2 can go down too.
Okay. So both of them are dropped to E.
Playing into Rollo's hands, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm telling you, Coil is not that good compared to everything else.
No. We don't worry about it, Kill. We'll push some of the other coils high.
No. We are never going to be able to push any other coils higher up, Mela. That's not happening. It's all down,
if
Mela.
3 of us agree to push them higher, I think we can.
Well, you see, I don't know if I would want to push any of them up, is the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah, there's like 3 good coil fights. Nail, the Twister one, and Bahamut. That's everything else.
I mean, they are the 3 best fights, I will agree.
I'd put in an F if I could.
No.
What?
Oh my god.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you?
No, don't listen to him.
He's been a hater.
Don't let him bait you. He's being a little hater.
It's time to pull Refulgence into F, Rollo.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
No, I'm the one that likes Refulgence, not Rollo. Why are you bullying me?
He loved Refulgence too. Isn't that when he?
No.
He did not love it as much as I did. I was the one that put it in S. He put it in B.
Split.
You see, Georgie's turning Yaxter because he's getting angry.
Jesus Christ.
He turns into a Yaxter.
Well, now I feel like I'm being bullied for Rollo's behavior.
Rollo's the Reen and Gaia story arc lover.
Yeah, he's a freak.
Yeah, but you're confusing the reason.
You're collateral, unfortunately, in this war because you like the same things that Rollo likes. Unfortunately,
I don't like everything that Rollo likes.
Oh my god, I can't win. Literally can't win.
Let's look at C.
Yeah, all right. C.
Turn 1 of binding is fine. Turn 2, that's fine. Turn 3 is fine.
I could drop Refleja.
Is turn 3 Avatar?
Yeah, turn 3 is Avatar.
Yeah, Refleja can drop, that's fine.
Yeah,
Avatar's good though, that can
Shut up, Rollo.
Fist of the Father's fine.
Wait, what are we dropping?
No, that's fine, we're fine.
No. Fist of the Father is fine. Cuff of the Sun, I'd be okay with dropping Cuff of the Sun.
I'd be cool with Furor going down.
One.
Sorry, well, what? We all have to speak.
Gauntlet? With Blaster, Twister, Splaster, and
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, Cuff. Yeah. Deltascape V2, Deltascape V4, Alphascape V1. Any of these too high?
This is fine.
Descent and Inundation. No?
It's fine.
None of these.
They're all fine.
I'm just looking at the last. I'd be okay with dropping Third Circle, but other than that, yeah.
Which circle? 8th?
Asphodelos Third Circle.
No, Phoenix can stay as a C. It is a good fight.
Okay.
C's like on the lower end of mid anyway.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
B1.
Based on how things, I would drop turn 2.
Hey, drop it.
Yeah.
I'm never agreeing to drop the other two.
No, they're fine. The Alexanders are fine.
In fact, I would honestly be willing to put them up a tier.
No, blocked, vetoed, not happening.
No.
Final.
No.
Oh yeah, Bahamut can go up.
Do you agree that Bahamut can go up, Likia?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Bahamut stays.
I think they're all fine. Which one's Arm of the Father? Is that the wild boss with the guy in the middle? No.
Oh, that's Living Liquid. No,
that's
Fist of the Sun. That's fine.
Arm of the Sun's fine. Halicarnassus
V3.
fine.
Yeah.
I
would drop Sigmascape 2.
Yeah, Sigmascape 2 is a little bit too high, I would say.
That's
a solid C.
I think I can agree with that. I don't know if I would maybe consider dropping Guardian as well.
That's fine with me too.
No, I think Kefka is worse than Guardian. I like Guardian.
Oh, we're gonna drop Kefka to C.
No. People
Let's
get
leave
angry.
them there for now.
Yeah,
That's fine. We can stay. Midgard Som is fine.
Fuck them, drop it.
Yeah.
Oh god. Resurrection.
I would drop Resurrection, to be honest.
Oh, that's just Eden Prime?
That's Eden.
It's a nice
No.
Yeah, it's solid.
It's the only good one in Eden. Sepulture, Refulgence, they're fine. Asphodelos is all fine. Yeah, I think that B is fine.
2nd, 3rd, 4th, 6th, 7th, 10th, 11th. I'd still raise 11th.
Yeah, I'd be fine with raising 11th.
But no,
That's Themis.
We've just
no.
No, not Themis.
I mean, yeah, but if we can,
no,
that doesn't mean we can't reconsider it still.
V1 is going down one.
V1 is going down one. It does not belong here.
There's no way Phantom Train, yeah, Sigmascape V1.
Sigmascape V1.
Okay, that's fine with the B.
I don't suppose anyone would be willing to hear my final plea for Cruise Chaser going to S.
No.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Mela.
I don't understand this.
No, I don't get it. I don't get it being an S rank.
He's a cool, sexy robot.
Circle. I don't think it's an A tier fight. I don't think it's one of the best fights we've ever had. I do like it. I don't think it's an A tier though.
Proto Carbuncle. If you really want to bring it down,
it feels a little strange to have it up there. I guess
it feels out of place.
All right.
Other than that, I think I can agree with it then.
And then I think I'm fine. Yeah. I'm fine with everything here.
Yeah.
I think Coil has been put in place finally.
Tier.
Shut up, Roland.
Well, I mean, Coil's in very high positions as well.
Yeah, only good parts of it.
On average, Coil's on the higher end, but I think in general,
Eden is his worst.
Eden's pushing down and Pandemonium's pushing up. But I think there's a really reasonable split between all of them. So there's clearly been some good ones from them all.
Yeah.
So it's a good list.
Yeah. There you go. That's all right.
Wow. We've set the world to right.
We've done it. Nothing's missing, I think.
Nothing's missing.
Why would you say that? Is anything missing? I don't think so.
No, you would be the one that knows if something is missing.
I went through all the raids on Gamerscape or whatever.
Okay.
Okay, well, there you go. That's our list, and that's our stream.
Fight for our amusement, please, in the chat.
Yeah.
And comments. I want it all. I want to see the blood.
Remember that these are opinions only, of course. So
yeah,
no,
and it's
facts.
An aggregate between where we all stand.
Yes,
for people. Yes,
not individually in its own overall.
Yeah,
you're so wrong.
If you also want to defend turn 3, let me know.
If you're a Cruise Chaser enjoyer, DM me.
Yuri's looking for validation for his really strange opinion on turn 3.
You've got to. To be fair, you've got to respect a really out there opinion, though.
It's only 10-year-old content, but if you still have a hot take about this, let Georgi know in the comments. Thank you.
I think there are only a couple that I feel like are either too low or too high. And in fact, I don't even think there's any that I think are too high. I think if anything, I think there are only ones that I think are too low.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot overall, though. But yeah, let us know what you think, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think, Lukiel, I think you put it in the description for the last one, what the tier make of this, or it will be on the Discord as well at some point. So make your own and let us know on
and
our
it will
Discord.
be on, when Lukiel posts this to Speakers Plays, it will be there in the description as well, I think.
Yeah, like Mel just said. Yes, it'll be in the description.
Sorry. I thought we were talking about only the Discord post for it.
Okay.
Let us know. Join our Discord and pop yours in our Discord. I'm sure there'll be a forum for it.
Yes. All right. That's it. See you later, everyone. Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.